I had the next time I had the other headphones. I left them at the house for you.
Oh, I'm good.
Kobe Fatty, aka Elizabeth P. Finney, Marcy A. Tarver. Good morning. Vicente Dave. All right, we gotta let you turn that down, brother Davis. Yeah. You gotta turn it down, Maurice. Your phone picking. I mean,
Okay, it's down.
okay, thanks. Wanda Smith. Why is we picking up your phone? Oh, you know what? No, that ain't me. Is that my phone? Oh, that's my phone. I'm bad, Maurice. I'm over here talking junk and it's me. I'm so sorry. It was my phone.
I know how it goes, man.
Marcia A. Tarver, Vicente Dave, Wanda Smith, Will Socrates, Avis Hopkins, Asaya Quill, aka Mama Quill, Lil Mama in the building, coming in from Maryville and Indiana by way of the shot. That's part of the little op squad that's going after me, Mr. Davis.
Oh,
They owe me hot. Nah, she good people. Nah, them good people. Tasha Lynn, what it do? Oh, they here, John. I gotta put them together. I've been up under the weather. And the other one came yesterday. I'm gonna have them in here by the day. I ain't going. What's Keep supporting us from Philly. Nothing but love. Debbie Clark, good morning. Unapologetic. You finally made it in on time. Nicholas J. Gaddis, good morning. Monica Southward, good morning. L. The Golden Child Sharp, thank you for keep tapping in. The beautiful Carolyn Hendricks in the building. Barb Harrington, good morning, beautiful. Kobe Fatty, that's Elizabeth P. Finney, Mr. Davis. She said, good morning.
good morning
Sally
as well.
Belly, good morning. Meat Freaks Barbecue tapping in from Palaca, Florida, in the building. And Monica Southward said, good morning to you, Mr. Davis. Then I got my good brother Marcus Fielder tapping in from Fairfield, California. For people to think the California don't got love for 810 platform, they tripping. Marshall Green, good morning. Avis Hopkins, how you doing? Lanita Murray, good morning. Karen Malone, good morning. She been a strong supporter for a long time through the ups and downs. We got your back, Karen. And we got Mr. Jacob Fella Entertainment in the building. Top of the morning to you, good brother.
The one and only.
For sure. For sure. KC in the building. Good morning. Shantae Rollins. Good morning. She tapping in from the shot. You know, they love us in the shot. And we
Wow.
got the good brother Eddie Gray coming in from Charlotte now, the 704. Johnny, go ahead. It'll be muted the whole time. You just be talking to yourself. We're going to go back to the Charlie Chaplin days. JoJo Freeman coming in from Flint, Poison City, USA. Cameron Hardy, Lawana Terry, Eleanor Wicker. Y'all know what time it is. And we got Taz Montana 313. Now that's my real live op, man. They had to break us up at council about a week ago. That's T from the D. You know, big time support, even though she part of that op squad that's, internal beef over here. But it's cool. I ain't mad at you. I'm going to cut you next time I catch you. I catch you slipping, I'm going to cut you. Then we got the good brother Andre Holland in the building. Stanley Wood then tapped in, what it do. Then we got my seventh ward, but it's the seventh ward, but the side we from, well, I met them at, it's called the Valley. That's between, Providence, Kent, you know what I'm saying, Gloucester over, and it where a lot of the blacks is at. There's a lot of blacks on that part of the 7th Ward. That's why I need y'all to get up and vote. I think little CC from the Regencies went over there and fooled them people. Diva Cam 13, what it do? And it's my other brother, Michael Cooley, coming in from Greenwood, Mississippi. In case y'all don't know what that is, that's the 662 area code.
That's my stomping ground.
You better tell him. Then we got Tay Tay in the building. Tay Tay did such a great speech down there, a great one. Then and I'm waiting on her to tap in, Sister Taliba. She set the whole thing on fire. Then nobody even want to come no more. Gabby in the building. They said at 10 a.m. big sentencing today in Detroit. Feds ain't playing with them nonprofit CFOs. I don't even want one now. At one time, I was like, I need to get in the nonprofit game. I don't even want one. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool on it. Hit that, smash that like button as you coming in. I don't even want a nonprofit. It would be when I want to get in the game. Now they want to lock people up. I'll pass. You know what I'm saying? When you can go back to getting them and it's cool, I'll get in it.
A lot of them probably finna go to jail.
Facts. That's why I'm straight on it. They didn't show, they showed me. I'm straight on it. They can keep them now. You know, they can keep them the way they playing these games, right? But I'm just saying, with my luck, I'll be the one that'd be trying to lock up in Flint for it.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? I'm straight on it. Because I seen some stuff last night at council. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. But I did say to just get them people their money. No games, good morning. Because right now, I seen some stuff last night. And this what I be hating with us as a people, man.
Mm-hmm.
And we get caught up in it, man, because no name, good morning. Thanks for tapping in. Because what we do, and this is where the black and white issue always come in. When they say, oh, I don't see no color, I'm going to show you where you do see it at. You can see the difference. When certain people come down there, they can get their money. They don't go through all that. Then you see when the black man come down there, even though he might just be wicked as the other ones, we'll get caught up in, I'll give them their money. Because we'll be saying, oh, they gave it to the white person. You know what I'm saying? That's what be so cold-blooded when you be really trying to fight. Because you be like, you might be knowing like, man, some of this stuff these people don't need even me coming down there getting money from the city of Flint. And I feel like that's what it is. I feel like it's the games that we playing. And it's like, it's cold-blooded. It's like you be down there. Don't get me wrong. I'll give you an example. The Tapology. Now, when the brother, like I ain't gonna lie. I think when they let the brother keep talking, it would have made me change to a no vote.
Oh, wow.
And I'm gonna tell you why. When it went to saying all the money that it's been getting, Roof Mont Community Foundation,
right.
Why you need to come get this $50,000 from here? Like, seriously, this was the one time. It's only you only can come get it one time. And then when you hearing all these people coming, and you like, it's cold-blooded. That might be a good thing to do, but it's like, if you already getting all this money, what is this $50,000 gonna do for one time?
Sad on levels.
And, you know, I ain't got nothing against the Tapology, you know what I'm saying? But if you already getting money from these, there's other places, if you getting money, man, you can go here, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to come here. To me, it's like what this mayor doing, man. I ain't got nothing against him. Because every mayor's done did what they had to do. But I'm just saying, that $50,000 could have went to something else that people could have used. And when you seeing how they trying to take people home, it's just, to me, they not being, if I'm saying the frugal, or what's the word when you don't know how to manage your money?
Not frugal. You right with it. That sounds about right.
Ashley Gaddis, good morning.
Hard to pronounce it, but that's right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like how he came in, and to me, and you can see the BS that's going on. I just, I mean, this is Flint. This ain't nothing new. He just frugal. Thank you, Tay.
That's
frugal.
it.
Yeah,
You had it right though.
Yeah. Sometimes words is hard. Y'all can tell that I use a lot of ebonics, but I'm learning this. Right, Gabby. Fiscal responsibility, and that's with an F, not physical. Fiscal. But it's just like, it's crazy how you seeing these people coming down here getting money, and it's a one time. How was your business surviving before then? To me, it's just crazy.
It's them folks in them chairs. Wrong people sitting in them.
Facts.
That's the whole ball of wax.
Yeah.
Wrong folks sitting in them chairs.
Man, it just make you think like, this is the game they've been playing this whole time, and don't nobody see nothing wrong with this. That's why I be looking at it like, Excuse me, people. I'm looking down. I'm sharing the show out because Winters ain't doing nothing. I have to do this all by myself. But I got me some help today. I got Mr. Davis over here who keep it real. But they was mad at you at one time.
That's right.
They was heated with you, but now when you told them, they ain't want to listen. But now they want to listen.
Train is here now. It has arrived.
What you see in the forecast?
Me?
Yes, sir.
In the weather forecast?
No, the forecast was about to come down on Flint.
Oh, it's a tsunami. It's a tsunami. But it only going to affect certain people, certain demographic. I've been saying it over and over. Y'all been saying it as well. But, people so used to people lying to them. I can't add to the truth, and then I become a liar. So I'm going to say stuff, and I tell Beverly oftentimes, I understand you pushing back because you understand what I'm telling you. If you knew what I was telling you, I ain't giving you no new revelation.
Mm-hmm.
To give you revelation is accurate knowledge from the source without me adding to it.
Facts.
This here city I done set downtown, it's just mind-boggling. And I even come on y'all platform and I tell people absolute truth, but it's like I ain't never said nothing. With the water, with whatever going on. And now it's done got so grossly blatant in your face that they done divided this community with have and have-nots. It ain't race. They could throw that away. The Democrats need to stop that lie. It's have and have-nots. It's people with money and people without money. And poor folks don't have a voice. And that's what, Tapology, bless his heart, which is good activity. But people here, when it rain, I cringe up because I know it's people, pots and pans and bucket. Home Depot buckets won't catch all that water.
Facts.
And we there now. We don't care about nobody but ourselves until it hit us. And it's going to hit shortly. So it's looking very grim. We're in a bad spot.
I know when Winters get here, she going to probably go through the whole budget. Listen, but this what the agendas, the things that got passed last night. Nancy Adams, good morning. I seen some other people. I don't want to miss y'all. Deborah Luna, good morning. Christina Mosley, good morning. Coretta Hodge, good morning. This what I want. Delgin, good brother, good morning. Christy Coleman, good morning. Miss D is in the building, like she said. Smash that like button. Carl Lewis in the building, good morning. This what I'm going to say about this budget. Now, I said through that when they went through the mayor budget. This is what is crazy to me. Can you see them passing this mayor budget?
They don't know no better, Mickey. How could you even hold a budget hearing without a CFO? It's impossible. Who in there, Clyde is he articulated and smart at what he do.
Right.
He's very smart. I don't know much about him other than being a former council person.
Right.
But to do a budget hearing for the city of Flint, the CFO should be able to answer any question you have. To present a balanced budget. If not, we're going back to emergency manager takeover. And that's scary. Because Flint don't have enough residents to support itself right now.
Facts.
We ain't solving.
Right.
Your pension is in dire need of help. We're just in total disarray in the council's job to make sure oftentimes they hold the purse string, but they don't act like it. They're just letting I can't even put it on administration now because it's just blatant. Don't know what to do. They shouldn't even be functioning as a council at this time right now.
I never
should have been.
I never seen so much confusion. What I left last night with, I don't know what's going on. Even with them resolutions, how is you passing this stuff? When you look at some of the stuff that's being passed, don't get me wrong. What made me really take a deeper look at this, and I woke up this morning, I hate that it was the tapology because I know there's other things. And that's what people would be like, well, we only pick on our own. I ain't seen them other people have to explain like this brother had to get up there explaining. When he went to explain it, it messed me up. I'm like, well, if you getting money from here, why you need this?
And certain people, a lot of people oftentimes, you're elected to vote, not abstain to vote, unless it's something directly related to me that I can't vote.
Okay.
Charles Murphy, they get funded, in certain names and cliques, we scared to say their name.
Right.
And it's imperative that you have to treat everybody the same, man.
Facts.
And like with what's going on now, it's just not right. It's not right.
Facts.
We could talk till the cows come home until you actually realize change come by doing something a little different than what we've been doing.
I got a question for you too up in here. It's from let me put it on the screen. It says, okay, hold on, here we go. It said also this from Casey, this for you. It said, what does the king think about the boots on the ground protest in City Hall last week and what Jed is trying to do?
That's an excellent question. I'll say this. Any kind of energy you can stir up to come downtown to that City Hall to get these folks, voiceless folks, some help is a blessing. What he did was excellent. Boots on the ground is a movement, but here go the main part. People, I don't think they understand. Boots on the ground is a grown folks movement. The seniors, the voters, anything to get them voters engaged. Oh, it's a good day. It's a good day. But the thing of it is, when you call that dysfunction, instead of a movement of people getting frustrated enough to do something about it, they still make it be negative. And that's out of order. They want anybody to come in here that don't fit the narrative. They want the whole community to turn against them.
You ain't lying. I ain't never seen something like this much madness going on. Bishop, good morning. I ain't never seen nothing. This like so like. I even think with the brother coming here, Jed, like damn. Because when he seen back, like even when you look at compare Dalton to how we got going on, Deborah Luna with the $2 super chat. Thank you, beautiful. I think his tactics, whether you like them or not, it gets the job done. It gets people motivated. Yeah. And I think people they don't like change because 11 years.
We're in a bad spot right now, Mick.
Yeah.
In a really bad spot. In the community, it's sad that more people out of town, they actually realistically feel how Flint people should feel.
Facts.
And another thing too, the city is in good shape on one side, on the administration side of the fence, it feels good.
Facts.
Things is getting done.
Right.
It's beautiful downtown. I just moved to their new facility the other day. It's gorgeous down through there. But then again, in Miss Beverly Biggs' ward, where everybody now is up in arms about, how can I be enthused if I lived in her ward knowing my house going to be gone in a month or two because I'm delinquent on taxes and delinquent on my water bill.
Right.
On fixed income. So you have to look from a realistic lens, and I don't think people understand that. Why people ain't enthused? Because they losing everything. They ain't building these apartments for nothing.
No.
They taking people's stuff, and it's planned demise, and people don't even see it until it hit them shortly. They finna hit hard. This has been studied, and that train is in Flint, Michigan now. Facts. And people, they need all the help. And if not to say nothing about tapology, I like to use another scenario other than, like you said, make somebody black or somebody that's doing something really worthy in the community, and he doing good with the youth, and he been doing it forever. But them programs, they have no issue getting money to clean up parks, to do this, to do that, but nothing to sustain yourself.
Facts.
That's got to change. That's got to change.
Facts. Thank you, Classy K, and thanks for tapping in and always watching. That's what is so crazy. It's like when you see them, because I'm sitting down there, I'm like, I'm looking, like you say, fixed income, how is the cost of living going higher when it's the fixed income you have been said? Listen, and everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to say this. I ain't even got to be nasty what I'm finna say. But when Rich Jones did say, balance the water out, Now you got to put $2 million in there just for what? Just for next year?
Well, wow. The balanced water, this is what water tell me. I done been down in that council seat. When you're delinquent on your water bill, you're delinquent on your taxes. You have to look over the water because you're paying for, like the verbiage was, you're paying for water you can't drink. But you're paying for water that could keep you in your house. Because if you don't pay for that water, you done lost that house in taxes, in arrearage. And that's a scary scenario. And if I'm delinquent on my water, that means the investors already know I'm on my way out of here. And you got to qualify, like Winter said, it's hard to even get an apartment in Flint.
Right.
So that train is here, coming all over the nation shortly.
Facts.
With no help. And that's eerie to Maurice D. Davis. It's very eerie to me.
Listen, it's a question for you, honey. It's from the beautiful Deborah Luna, big time supporter, and even sometime a freelance journalist for us. She said, "Please ask Councilman Davis what about the holdout house on the Burston site."
Man, Deborah, that's excellent. What that is this. It's not holdout. It's just like when they came in with 475, if you remember that on the low end of Flint. They bought certain people out and certain people they didn't offer a dime. And if they don't give you what you want, you have to stay, or even they don't even offer it to you. Because I remember on council over in the Cultural Center when they built the Cultural Center Academy, it's a holdout house right in the middle. Have you seen that, Mickey? It's one house in the center of their parking lot. You have to come from the backside.
Right.
The Board of Education.
Right.
It's a house offer.
I know what you're talking about. Right.
They offered that lady all kinds of stuff. She wouldn't move.
Wow.
She wouldn't move. So they had to design the whole deal around that house. But if you look at what Deborah just said about the holdout house, it looked just like it was sitting. Normally, to bring in that multitude of $1 million, multi-million-dollar monstrosity investment, you would at least offer, just like they should have did in Smith Village, it's residents in there with their homes in the pre-70s still looking like in the pre-70s with no help. They didn't offer to even make it match the neighborhood or the environment. Just like Papa's or Quorum.
Yeah, because I'm trying to see how is they going to leave that right there? Like, I can't, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I already noticed they got no parking signs all through in the front of the Papa's, all that. Just
right.
Start enforcing, code enforcement.
And you know they're going to do that.
The train is in Flint, Michigan.
Enrolling because, like you said, I looked at that poster that they got over there at Burston. What you see in that poster,
yes,
it's stuff in the way, but they finna get it together. You see them houses that's in that poster where all them trees gonna be at. Them houses don't look like the houses that's over there now.
And you know what, Mick? It's disheartening when people don't really realize the way it used to be. This is 2025 going toward 26.
Wow.
The world has spent a new rotation. Now new things finna happen. And it's going to be wickeder than you ever seen in your life. It's here now.
Wow.
People's health is compromised. Most elderly people over 40 to 50, they got some kind of sickness now. You're on medication. You're on fixed frozen income. And they already done studied it, your median income. They know your health condition. So they know what to do to not have to offer you one thin dime other than homelessness. We in trouble.
Okay, this another question for you, Mr. Davis. Councilman Davis from Christy Coleman. She coming in from Dallas. She coming in from the Dallas Fort Worth, Texas area. She said, question to Mr. Maurice. What do you think about what Mr. Threlkel said to the forum that was held with Christopher Martin and the mayor?
Ooh, me and Pastor Threlkel, a lot of things I didn't see eye to eye because, you know, he could be Pastor Threlkel. But what he said, and I seen it just yesterday, I want to say, man, I could give that man a standing ovation. The narrative have to fit them. You don't ask no question that they don't want to hear or answer. And the state troopers wasn't there, and Chris Martin really, I want to say the word pissed me off because he gonna present the state troopers sitting in that whole front row as just being supportive to the other state troopers when they know that boy that got shot on Detroit and Pasadena, when they killed that boy, that they thought had a gun or whatever, they knew it could have been a protest there, and that's why they was there. But Pastor Threlkel nailed it. It ain't free speech. You have to say what they want you to say. Hey, Miss Winters. Pretty good.
Oh, it's another question for you too, Mr. Davis. This coming from the pastor. Going on over there. This come from the pastor. Gonna get from over here. This from the pastor Nicholas J. Gaddis. It's a question for Councilman Davis. What do you think about the elections and clerk office currently? What's up, King Rodney Thomas? Rodney Thomas said, "Good morning, KANG."
Hey, Rodney.
That's the KANG too. KANG Rodney.
Yeah. But Pastor Gaddis, let me tell you something. The predicament we in, it's just hard to answer. When I don't have to speculate, Pastor. When I sit here, I'm giving you absolute truth. Miss Beverly Biggs got an election coming, the special election in weeks from now. How dare the city of Flint? How dare the city of Flint?
How dare them?
To hold the election that the city favor a person named an ambassador.
What?
That they would like to have.
What's an ambassador?
Something that
They
made up. Ambassador, definition of somebody that represents the community. Ambassador, actually, the title of ambassador is a council person. Because you elect them to represent your whole ward.
Right.
Ambassador represent a whole kingdom of people. But back to what I was saying. They got this lady that they want to put here, but got an election coming in the clerk's office. When you said, Winters, that the property portal told you was in the 2nd ward when you living in the 6th ward. When I went out with Miss Biggs and them to do recall on somebody, we're pulling recall on somebody, Liddell. I went out with her.
I remember that.
And half of her stuff she had said, Maurice, we got to use this here list, not that list. We don't know what's going on. So therefore, what that does, let's stack the deck to put somebody else automatically in that chair.
Oh, but Maurice.
I got a quick question.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a question, but it's this one. I got a question. It's for me. It's from Gabby. She said, "It's whoever this person is." It said, Mickey, point of information. 3rd ward election ain't in a couple of weeks. Absentees out now. This election is being decided now. Back to y'all.
When is it then? And it May
It's
something?
May 6th. What she's saying, they already sending out ballots. People already voting. You know,
But
they usually
the
do,
actual
yeah.
day of the election, I'm talking
Right.
about.
No, you right on what you're saying.
Right.
But they just saying they was back you up saying they don't trust the voting process.
Absolutely, she right.
So what blew my mind yesterday, and I know we're going to go over council in
Christy
a minute, but
Coleman.
while we talking about this,
Good. Go ahead.
yesterday, Mary, she got up there and she asked about the Flint property portal. Davina gave an explanation, just like I gave yesterday. That was the same exact thing she told me. Council approved the resolution in 2022. We are in our new wards now. Because they did not put on the end of that resolution, doesn't go into effect until 2026. They did not add that on there. So we are in our new wards right now. Right now. We are in our new wards. Do you know? Not one person.
Good morning, sir. Great.
Not one person, not one council person up there on that platform yesterday questioned it.
They don't have that kind of sense.
But Jerry called in yesterday and gave us like 1,000 reasons. Like, no, this is not it. It's not right. She's wrong. And I was waiting. Like, I know she's going to say something. I know somebody going to say something. They was concentrating more on the damn roosters and chickens that Mary had in her yard than the Flint property portal.
And or you can't afford, if I run in 2026, I should not run if I know I'm going to be absent or my time forbid me to be there at council or any other kind of meeting. Why? You really have your ward absent because the coward way is to not come on these hard votes and hard questions. And that's what I'm starting to see when people not being in their chair. They don't want to say yay or nay. And that's what's happening. But what happens is this. I heard you asked about the portal. That portal been out forever. Cleaning green, the land bank, you most scared. I could go deep in the portal and I could do pull up, because I did cleaning green where you get more than just basic. You send land bank out to a house, clean up yards, and recommend demos and all right in the property portal. Right. I think anybody probably could do that.
Yep. But I got to download it. It's an app. You can download on your phone.
I had it for about 10 years. But what I'm trying to say is this. When Suzanne Wilcox came up with that thing, first of all, it ain't. So I heard somebody on here say it was just county. No, the Flint and land bank is unified in the property portal.
Oh, Davina told me that was all on the county side.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I sit there with Suzanne Wilcox. I was on council when they was doing the property portal.
All right.
We did that over in planning and development.
Hold that thought. You got another question for you. This from Sir Gregory. I think Sir Gregory coming out of Georgia. Councilman Davis. He said, good morning, by the way, Councilman Davis. He said, question for Councilman Davis. Do you believe there can be a fair election in the city of Flint?
No. No.
He answered that with no problem.
No.
Davina said that the voter roll is slowly being updated. How can you have an election? There you go.
How can you have me or anybody else to vote for something when you could be voting in the wrong place? It need to be codified. And we had that when I was on council as a major issue. And when Inez was the clerk.
I know.
And if anybody want to know who it is for the 3rd Ward, she's for the councilwoman, she's right here, Miss Beverly Biggs. Good morning, beautiful Beverly Biggs.
Good morning, Auntie.
If you want to know, this is the lady that's going to do the job for the 3rd Ward, Miss Beverly Biggs. Make sure you vote May 6th. Okay, we got another one. Okay, hold on. This Gabby says, city and county clerk are machine puppets, eager to take a check and pension to be a foot soldier. So, I mean...
That's 9% of people get elected. I'll go 99.9, as Winter say. Everybody that's running for office running first for money. Quit lying.
Because because I'm looking at the people in here, even what Mark Hutchins said, when are the people going to turn on Davina? What else does she have to do? She is with all the BS. Now that, because when she was giving her explanation, because I'm seeing people in here, what you was talking about, Winters, did you understand it last night?
Understand what?
With Davina, because it took too long to, what she was saying, that then it was 20 minutes.
I understood what she said only because I had talked to her in great length the day before. That's the only reason why I understood everything that she said. And so when I gave that explanation, after, I went down there the day before yesterday. I came back yesterday. I did my report out. Shout out again to Michelle Young of the 6th Ward or 5th Ward or whatever ward you may be in. We don't know.
It's confusing.
And so I laid out what Davina said. And then Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter, the 5th Ward, she called in. She was like, no, that's not what they told us. Whoop. So I'm like, okay, here we go. So I'm sitting back there yesterday when Davina, was giving her explanation. I was like, Jerry about to get her. Jerry about to get her. Dennis about to get her. Somebody about to get her. Nobody got her.
I would highly recommend Davina, the mayor, and anybody else downtown right now. Election coming on the 6th, 5th, or whatever in May, right?
Yes, sir.
If nothing else, the city of Flint should have today, effective immediately, the actual ward maps of voting.
Yeah,
just post it at the website. If it's not, something is fatally wrong with what's going on here.
I asked them could they print it out for me when I was down there. They referred me back to it.
It should be posted on the City of Flint website. So 1st Ward here's the street and the map of that one. 2nd Ward all the way through the 9th. It should be posted. This here election should be posted on the city website immediately.
Unbelievable. And they wonder why
if not, something is wrong.
That's why them recalls were unsuccessful. They was really successful recalls. But when you can just discount down there 600 or 700 votes, I'm just saying, I don't know how many it is, but when you can discredit about down there 400 some votes, they know what they doing. They know a lot of these people that they sending out these absentee ballots to, people still on the voter roll. I damn near want to believe what you know what I'm saying? Gabby hitting on something right here. I want to put it up here. Let me see what Gabby, when she said this. This is crazy. Now this crazy work right here. What Gabby just said, there are over 7,000 false and valid, out of date names and addresses on the
It's not
Third Ward
codified,
Road
correct.
right now. It's too easy for crooks to rig that with absentees. When you got that many false names on the road, like that
I
is
agree.
crazy.
I mean, think about it. Just think about this one little thing.
Mm-hmm.
Absentee ballots go out. The house is not there. The person may have moved or may be deceased. Guess what's on them absentee ballots? Return to sender.
Yeah,
The sender is the city of Flint.
that's right.
So where do they go once they get them? Oh, they tell us, we put them to the side,
Yeah.
Do
Put
they?
them to the side because we got to hold them for a
First of all, you're supposed
specific
to
amount of
request
years.
the absentee ballot. You shouldn't automatically mail no absentee
And
ballot.
this-
Well,
question.
they said Davina said, and they have a box that you can check where you're supposed to just always receive an absentee.
And this is for y'all right here.
Trump's
This
finna fix all that.
for the facts.
I can tell you that 2026,
Facts.
Trump gonna fix all. Thank goodness, Mr. President, fix it.
Jonathan Joy, he just said this. Have anybody tried to report it to the State Election Commission office? That's the good brother Jonathan Joy, good friend of 810.
You know what? Didn't the Republicans have an issue with that?
Yeah.
And
I'm laughing 'cause I know
then they sued.
it's gonna be fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got something coming up. They say it's the case right now. Let me get to this. It's the case right now. Let me read it. They said at 10 a.m. today that Novi Man nonprofit CFO who just stole over $44 million over 12 years from the Detroit 501c3 nonprofit is going to be sentenced. Man was living large with multiple houses, boats, and side pieces. Gucci. Feds had asked him for 18 years. He asked him for 10 to 12. It says when they Trump they finna start cracking down on these people. People finna start telling. I'm not saying this individual,
It ain't gonna be
but
long.
I'm just saying these people finna start telling.
It ain't gonna be long.
Like Trump finna prove a point.
It ain't gonna be long.
You know what I'm saying? He finna put his people in. He finna prove a point. All them who been living off the fat of the land.
I can tell you this: when I was on council, and Trump cried foul the last go around, and he vowed to sue Michigan because of what Gretchen Whitmire and all them did. They been had his attention. That's all I'm gonna leave that sitting like that.
Look at this property portal, how updated it is. I just pulled up just put in something random.
Yeah.
405 East Moore Street. You see that?
Yeah,
What does that look like? A
brand new demo.
Okay. And then you go down, it says vacant, but it's used for residential.
Well, what that's future land you saying? Residential. That means you can still build a house. Where was that located at?
On Moore Street.
Yeah, more still. They got little clusters of still residential.
But they still got some that's green space on the same damn street.
No, that means they just cleaning it up over there. See, it's different. I can explain that in thorough detail. Well, I mean,
What up, Trevor
it's gonna
D?
say
What up,
no-
Maxter?
It's gonna say green space. That means you can't build back.
Okay.
Yours, you could build a garage, fence, garden. It's the expanded
Shell
garden.
69.
Okay. Okay.
So they demoing. That's actually blight removal.
So when it said mowed by the community in June, so it's telling you that it was June of last year?
Yes.
Okay.
And that means community member, because normally land bank would say mowed by land bank.
Well, how
Clean and green.
Councilman Davis, how can you get, how can we get the people, you know what I'm saying, motivated to make your council people do this? Because I was reading what Angie was saying. The people got to step up too. It wouldn't even, you know how many people was at that city council meeting last night?
Oh, I do. I can name them.
And you know what they was there for? Most of the people that was there to see was they finna get some money from city council.
Except for Mr. Latham Jefferson, who went up there to try and speak.
Mary, resident, Mama Claire McClinton.
Jefferson and her.
They
RL.
disrespected him so bad.
Oh yeah. But that's why. But you know why pastors getting disrespected around here? It's not for the ones who really are trying to be men of God.
Correct.
It's the ones that they see that's taking money knowing they not men of God. And that's why it make it hard for the people who want to do the righteous thing. They catching flack. They catching flack. Because you knew there was a time when you would be walking, you see a pastor coming, you could be dead, and you could be, even the people that was getting high would sober up for that second one. How you doing, Father? How you doing, Pastor? Such and such.
Right.
There ain't no respect.
No.
Dude, you know the way Liddell, when she cussed out Pastor Thompson, do you understand how the whole city would have been up? What's my man had in New Jerusalem back in the day?
Pastor
Bishop Otis.
Otis Floyd. Let Otis Floyd had got cussed out and watch how some of them members would. It would have been through the city.
Oh yeah.
Wait, no, he would have cussed her ass back out.
Oh yeah. Floyd
No,
he would have cussed her back out.
But I'm just saying. But it would have been through the city. She would have been like a pariah around here.
She would have been an outcast.
Yeah. And
Just like Chris Martin was when they was living.
Or her pastor would have chastised, which is Bishop Martin.
They didn't fool with him. I'm saying what I know.
What's that?
Randolph, Floyd, the ones from back in the day, they didn't fool with Chris Martin. He tried to run up behind them. You know I'm telling the truth.
I know it. I dealt with everything in the city.
They wasn't messing with him.
That's why they don't like me. They know I'm a loose cannon for po folks.
Well,
period.
King Rodney came down there and talked yesterday. He said he grew up under Papa, you. Who else did he name?
I can name them all.
Larry White.
Yeah,
Larry
they
White.
said all they names.
Everything that moved here that had pocket change. That's how I learned what I learned. And I try to help. And that's what, it ain't where you live, it's how you live. The most of the millionaires on Dayton Street. That's why it's got a name like it. Stacy was on one end, Murders had the other end.
Murders Washington.
That's how it always worked. We ain't go down in Murders lived on Orange Street on the south side, but everybody was on the Larry White where? Baker over right in the north end.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you, man, we didn't have to run.
Yeah.
No, you build up your own neighborhood back then.
Yeah.
We didn't run out in the suburbs and all that.
Facts.
No,
What was the man down there on Dayton Street that had all the cars down there towards MLK? He didn't go and get no damn mansion. He had his Lexus and stuff pulled right up in the
Man,
driveway.
they lived here.
Yep.
Most of them lived here. I understand when people were saying, do you know a lot of them, you know how many of them was coming to, they had to come to the community. Don't act like this the first time y'all started seeing they was doing the hustle. The difference with the Chris Martin leadership, he just bent over quicker.
But
These other ones was actually willing and dealing. They was bringing something back to their community.
But did you see last night when and I am 150% for Tapology. I think it's a great program Mr. Bruce Bradley started along with Creative Expressions and Miss Sheila. And he came down there. He didn't have to do all that talking. They asked him if he wanted to speak. He did. And he kept speaking and speaking and speaking. But anyway, Judy had to get her 5 cents in and said, she was a dancer last night. She was she was everything.
But Winters.
But wait a minute. Hold on. The point I'm trying to make is dancing was okay last night. But it wasn't okay when Jed came down there to dance. And somebody put that in the comments last night. Yeah. Dancing is okay tonight.
But this is the question I want to ask you about that Tapology. And me and Maurice was, we was touching on it a little earlier. And like we did say, give him the money. But this is why I say we get caught up in, this where it become kind of messed up at. The more he talked, the less I wanted him to get the money. He already getting money.
I understand what you're saying, but on the flip side of that, I'm like, shit, everybody else got some. Get a brother some in the hood.
That's what I just said, but still, everybody getting money, and this was a one-time deal. Grab. So why, like I said, that $50,000, but I'm like I said earlier, give him his money. But this all they've been doing is give everybody their money. But when you already here and you getting money from Roof Mott, the community foundation, you getting all this money here. When you hear your payroll is 300-some thousand, why you got to just come there to get 50,000 for that now?
Oh, Sheldon is out in campaign mode.
But
he even giving out. He got 20 businesses. I just seen where somebody posted that you can get up to $20,000 for your business downtown to help with your pandemic relief.
But they still letting that man hustle that money like he want to hustle it. Boy, I'm telling you, he hustling that money to buy votes. Because he got to get, he want that ambassador elected.
But he approved that $500,000 to help them businesses, about a year and a half ago when Egypt was down there saying, I would meet with the mayor. We need some help, blah, 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 blah. That money been approved. I told Mickey yesterday, Sheldon has used this same $94 million of ARPA money twice to campaign with. The first time he gave it out to all of these people. Then when he got in, they ain't get the money. Kennedy Center cleaners, they ain't get no money. So now he reallocating it to a new group of people that he needs some more support from. He done used the same dollar twice.
For stipulations disqualify. You could be qualified and on the backside, you approve, but I'm sorry, now bring in all your documentation.
Right.
I'm sorry, we can't approve until you bring in this.
Yes.
And the same thing.
Yes, we need a pint of blood from last year. Right.
And knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, and we're in a bad place. This is a knowledge-based system. And people are losing everything, including their life.
Yeah.
And it's so sad on levels. And when you got money like the administration have, money is power.
Yeah.
It's two types of power. You got people power, you got money power.
Yeah.
Money, you have to really know how to play real chess to deal with somebody with money.
Maurice, who goes through this and does this? Like this, that looks like a pretty nice house, don't it? So why they got the building condition poor?
On that house?
Yep.
I'll tell you 1 second. Oh, I couldn't blow it up on yours. I'm not gonna tap it and make it big. You have to look at the roofing foundation. There you go, Winters. Perfect. Let's check something.
Okay.
See that?
The roof.
Because the roof is outvalue of the house according to the neighborhood at that time. Now,
so they just waiting for you for your roof to fall in.
It's on the plan. That's what I'm saying. I did that 10 years. It make you want to just cry when you really know the game.
I'm telling you, this Flint property portal, y'all just go through, just type in addresses. You will be amazed. They're waiting for your demise.
Well, your demise is already planned.
Oh yeah, facts. They play long distance game. We play short range.
Right.
But we playing for today and don't worry about tomorrow. They playing for 20 years down the road.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Their agenda keep going. If they leave, they you know what I'm saying? They playing. It be still going in effect, and they might be gone then in 20 years. But see, people don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? When you put something together, just because this man no longer here who created it, look at the people who following this same plan. Like that, how many people when they was doing the redo Flint, do you think a lot of them people are still living? When they said they was finna do this, change this thing over, start the new gentrification?
No.
Well, the master plan was the actual reset of Flint.
Exactly.
To take it from the poor folks. And black folks sold their own neighborhoods for milk and cookies.
Yeah.
Because Land Bank set up these little neighborhood associations with Miss Speed, and the whole host of all of the rest of them Michael Freeman. And now they came into Joy Tabernacle. What's his name? I told him he was a little kid. The one Robinson was a part of that. All of them was a part of taking people house, and I seen it. And I say, man, this ain't cool.
Right.
This ain't cool. But now you fast forward to now, all of my folks over there on Dayton gone. They're all gone.
Ain't nobody over there.
And everybody else on the way out. If we don't get to the place where, and another thing, the administration any administration know now, it's a different demographic over on the north side, almost white now. Y'all know it's in change now.
Yes, it is
on
changing.
The north side, they ain't black no more.
I've seen.
Them houses is coming back, and they ain't flipping them. They living in them.
I seen a white couple walking down Detroit Street, over there by the family by Dayton.
They do the Crim Walk on Dayton Street, Christmas Walk on Dayton Street.
Good morning.
They take bus tours over on Dayton Street.
You showed me a picture. I will never forget it on your podcast when you had brought in the map of that master plan back in 2016. And I was like, man, Maurice crazy. It was a whole new building over there on Stockdale.
Correct.
I'm like, they still got businesses and stuff up there. And then boof, it went up in flames. So when they rebuild it, I think it might look like that picture you showed us.
People work all their life for their house.
They sure do.
But now it's no longer a concern.
Nope.
Just like you seen where you said that house is poor. There's so many nice brick homes. All you do is ride up Hamilton, going toward hassle bring. Them brick houses, they all just bandit.
Yeah.
They can't taxes. You taxed out. We're in bad shape now, and you got a council that don't know how to actually negotiate for the people they represent. Always start at the bottom. You safe, and it'll cover the people at the top. But they start in the middle and the top. People are suffering. Kids are suffering. You know, with Educare built down there on Cadillac, them kids, and then it's right behind the Rentory Mott because they can't. That water compromised them.
Well, you know, they said when you're talking about the kids, it makes me think about that RX program, and
That's tied to it.
I seen yesterday where somebody asked Trump, and Trump said, "Well, it's a good idea. Maybe we should give new mothers $5,000 to increase the population of having a baby. $5,000 one time for a baby that you got to take care of for the 18 years. That's just the pipeline to back to welfare.
And that's to appease the Democrats that want it.
Facts.
But not giving you the skills to be able to sustain yourself.
But what it is, who is he talking about doing the increase with? You got to understand, there's certain populations.
That's right.
Whose birth effect, birth to death effect is down.
Did they tell you about the soy they putting in to turn all men and women?
Huh?
The soy that you eating. They did an experiment, turn male catfish into women.
Oh, so you gotta eat that too?
You've been men eating soy. That's why all this gay stuff coming along. When you go vegan, check the source of it. It's SOY, soy. I wouldn't pull your pants leg, blow smoke up your pants leg. It's true.
Oh
That's
God.
why all this gay stuff is what you eat. It's all experimental to slow down your population. We're in a
Catch 22.
Sodom and Gomorrah era now. Romans
I'm with you,
chapter 1.
Tay. They just want to recreate the population to control their suppression. See, and I agree with you, Gabby. Gabby said it's all distraction. Trump trying to calm the poor down because the rich about to get $1 trillion tax cut again.
That's a shame.
But what's up, Sister Taliba? But it's all business.
rich on both
Sister
sides.
Taliba said we need a revolution.
Because if you see what's going, can you imagine being an outsider, Councilman Davis? Like when Jed came in, just can you imagine being outside? You see all the bumps in the road that a lot of people might don't want to realize because we have been saying it. But this is where when the people be saying, I don't like this, where you need an outsider to come in at. Because Jed ain't understanding the rules on what's going on. You know how you be from the north when you been and went down south to your cousins, them house, and your granddaddy tell you, hey, boy, don't do this,
Right.
and that. See, this what Jed then ran into. He ran into some real some Negroes off the plantation that, when Jed tried to get that get them signs up, ran into Outfront Media. Now, look how people been spending money with them, but look how Outfront Media played we got to talk to the mayor. So the mayor run Outfront Media now?
Yeah, he run most shit in here because they don't want to lose advertisement dollars. I learned that out.
And then enough people don't understand that political system is nationwide now. It's a movement of people that's still salty from losing. I don't care what Trump do is hate, but don't realize rich is rich.
Right.
Democrat rich is a Republican rich.
Right.
But poor is poor.
Right.
You follow me?
Yeah.
Whoever gonna help you in your house, that's who you have no option if I'm only one side.
That's
We're
right.
the only race of people that hate anybody that help us other than what we was raised as a Democrat. You have to put competition in this thing. Look
That's
how we
crazy.
living.
Right.
We ain't gonna be living long. The kids have no future, and we sitting here.
Right.
Tell me where they can work in advanced manufacturing.
Nowhere.
They don't qualify. McDonald's, grown folks, 56 years old, working
Tell
at
'em.
McDonald's till this day.
Tell
They
them.
are.
Kids won't work. They done took it out of them. They gave them these video games and brainwashed them. Just like grown folks brainwashed. They just hate. God use whoever he want to bless you.
You sound like Mickey last night. He was so mad when
Mickey telling the truth.
they kept talking about the youth jobs. It's gonna stop the killing and it's gonna
Gaslighting.
stop the violence in the community.
Gaslighting.
Them kids out here with Dracos and switches and blickies and
No,
all
they
of that.
never
They ain't
kill
looking for
people.
no damn
People
job.
kill people.
But do
Nope.
you see how the 6th Ward councilwoman, not 6th Ward, please forgive me, 7th Ward councilwoman, and the second ward councilwoman was gaslighting. No, if they had these jobs, this person's life could have been saved.
Man,
It's
no.
like, are you crazy?
I was pissed behind
They
it.
getting them little checks.
Man, and they know and all this show was a pay to play. Cause they know that money. Listen, if you already been getting money, that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to knock nobody but like I say, with that $50,000 that they gave to that debt relief, that was crazy work right there.
Where can you go to sign up for that debt relief? Anybody know? Does anybody know where you can go to get medical debt relief? I got some.
It ain't gonna happen.
Well, we gave them the money to help us.
So
They ain't even giving you prescription relief.
You ain't lying.
You need prescription relief.
You ain't lying, because
The
it's hard as hell
stipulations
without
don't
insurance.
qualify.
Yeah.
they crazy.
They got us, y'all.
This is the game that this is sitting up there being played, and it's so rough. Like, I seen so much that the mayor did last night. Like, I mean, and he wasn't even there. So much stuff that he did. Ray Charles, all the blind people in the world can see that Flint ain't nothing but a hustle. This is really like the trap block. This is really like the your block.
Okay,
Wherever they sell dope at, when they say the Carter, Flint is the Carter for the rich.
Right.
That's last night winter.
Yes. Y'all want to get started on last night?
Let's go.
Okay, so Candace said something. We was talking. We didn't hear what she said, but I'm going to assume that it was to put up that Brownsfield before that, make that the first resolution, because we talked about that one first before we got into the other resolution. So I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that's what she was talking about. So then they had public speakers. The clock was broke up on the $1 million screens that they had, so they had to do it by their phone. And Ariel talked. He talked forever, but Ariel got plenty damn sense. Ariel be watching the bump. Cause it ain't it's not. I don't know how he know what he know. Ariel be sitting up here watching TV because he know a whole lot of stuff that I know. That's right. Ain't nobody done told him. And so he talked, and he probably earned $810, probably a two-part miniseries. But anyway, shouts out to you, Ariel. Then after that, Art went there, and then Miss Mary got up there, and she was talking about on Odette Street. She said, "Listen, y'all. I stay on Odette Street. They got roosters roostering in the mornings.
We got a problem, though.
We got chickens. They got, what she say, guinea pigs or something?
We got a problem, though. Ed.
We gonna blame Ed.
No, Ed, Well,
because Ed won't.
No, this ain't no blame Ed.
We ain't blaming Ed.
It's already a farm here, Ed. I know Ed gonna be fighting it. Mary, you ain't gonna get no help from Ed, because Ed love the farm. So I can see Ed and the administration gonna let them keep their little piglets there.
Next to the Saints of God's church is roosters and chickens.
And then she also, Miss Mary, thank you again for bringing up the property portal. Thank you again. Mm-hmm. And then after that, Mama Claire McClinton, she got up there. She said, Gleewood had a public meeting to raise the water rates. And she said, council is responding. Y'all responding. Y'all not being a leader. And that was her opinion. If you know something is coming, like this hike in water rates, why y'all didn't do something beforehand? Why do you have to wait until it gets here?
Right.
And so that's what she said. She said, you guys are being leaders and using the ARPA money to just cover this for how many months or a year. She said it's
crazy.
Poppycock.
In a resolution, untie it off your taxes. Period. Let it just be a debt.
Right.
The water bill.
It should be.
A delinquent like your electric bill. It shouldn't be tied to your house.
And so she said one of her neighbors lost their home. She said they all were shocked when this neighbor lost their home. And she said, Mays, may rest in peace, but Mays and Councilman Pfeiffer, didn't y'all start a program? What happened to the right of first refusal? She said, what happened to that? And I don't really know what that is. If you give me a little detail, what's the right of first? That means
you lived there before, so you have a right to. If you get it back, get it back.
Okay.
Like if they took your house, instead of just taking your house from you and giving it to somebody else, you have right to first refuse it. You don't want it back.
Okay.
That's what
I
right
got
to
you.
first refuse.
So they haven't been doing that.
Nope.
And so she absolutely asked, like
you
what's
vested
going
there.
on? Right. This is my home and you're gonna get it and sell it to somebody else and then I gotta buy it back or pay
And they
rent.
give it real cheap to somebody else.
Facts.
Real cheap.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh, sell it in the bundle.
Like
correct.
they've been doing. So and she said it's gonna be 11 years. Wait a minute. What IB say it's a family of turkeys on her street daily? They got deers, turkeys, rats, moles, gophers, cats, dogs, skunks,
we
you
got
name
zoos
it.
over
It's
here.
a zoo.
And that's in the first ward?
Second
Ward, Nell.
Second
But you
ward.
know what I have to say about that because I read these agendas every time before we
That's a
have.
blessing.
Do you know that Mayor Sheldon Neely said last year when they demoed these structures, he hired 3
Correct.
companies that were going to come in
Yep.
and get rid of the rodents. You remember that?
I seen signs.
Paid the money.
How was the
And
work?
what you
You
call them?
stuttering and everything. What you mean?
The groundhogs was sitting up there chilling like, what y'all about to do? We ain't going nowhere.
So
They sit on my
so
stage
you
every
said
day.
so you saying the work ain't get
I'm
done?
scared to go over there.
But the groundhogs got a gang.
So what you say the work ain't get done?
No, I haven't seen anybody. You heard what Nell said.
Well then how
They got Mott Park over there, Mott Farm.
Don't talk about my friend. I used to go there as a kid. That's why I asked Councilman Davis when he first came in. I said, "Do you think this budget gonna pass?"
And Mark Hutchinson, I love this comment. The right of first refusal is so important. Not allowing it is gentrification 101.
Correct.
Get those people help to save that home.
Correct.
Find out what the problem is.
That's the whole part of a council person. The resident. They doing everything but for the if I got there, if I ran that shit, it's about what winters I'm having a problem with my housing. That's all amazing. It'll take calls all day
All
from the
day
residents.
long.
You there to represent, not you. My water off. Let's call Amanda. Let's see if we get your water cleared up.
Yeah.
You working for the resident.
Yeah.
Right to first refusal, all of the taxes, it's everything according to your demographic of residents.
Yeah.
They don't get it.
Odie, good
And
morning.
you know me and Maze didn't get along back in the day.
That's
but I
right.
had to call him because there was nobody else for me to call during that council. And I said, I got a friend that's getting her water cut off. They cut her water off.
Yep.
She got small children. And they told her when she went down there that next morning and paid, I think it was $1,400 to get her water cut back on. They told her, well, you got to wait 14 days before we come back. I said, Mr. Mays, she can't wait.
You may not know this. I had to call Mays over here around the corner from me over on Dayton. It was bigger than me because Land Bank had 3 or 4 tow trucks pulling cars, not the city, Land Bank. They're pulling in the house. The people was mowing the yard, the Land Bank house. It was blighted up, and they kept it up. But they didn't want nobody. That's why they putting the rocks down now. They don't want. You can volunteer to clean their yard, but you can't utilize their property. Period.
Wow.
So
they
I wouldn't
pulling
clean it.
I'm just telling you. So I had to get Mays because they had a line, and the people had called their cousins with their guns and stuff to come over there. I said, Mays, come over here right now. I need some help. And we wasn't eye to eye. We ain't never eye to eye.
Right.
Councilman, where you at? 10 minutes later, Mays standing right there.
I remember
Both
that
of us,
day.
we was pulling cars. Having them to drop them cars.
Yeah.
Then Chief, who was it? It was before Green, so it had to been Johnson.
Okay, Johnson.
Chief
back
Johnson
during the
made them
week.
drop them cars. Land Bank. They the one who do the main pulling at first. And then the blight department started following suit. A lot of people don't know that. Land Bank the one pulling all y'all cars.
Damn. Wow.
And that's why when they tear down a lot, you don't utilize their lot. A lot of people better know that. Even if you buy the lot, you got to give them purpose and what you're going to do with it.
Yeah, a vacant lot.
You can't build on it. You can't do this. So you have to just buy it first and go from there. And then they better put the lots together.
Wow.
Or they letting you
Or you're going to pay double street light.
rent the lot or lease the lot.
Yeah.
Ain't that
People
crazy?
don't have understanding of what's going on. It's a fight against the residents, and the council is what stops it.
Yep.
And then when you got a road council like Liddell and them, that's what made me mad. I told Beverly, man, we used to mow all of this stuff. She ain't never mowed nothing.
I haven't seen her do nothing. I seen her
Just
dress up in her
assault
little
against
dicky
the
outfit.
people. Blight removal and the demos is to clean you up for gentrification. That's all it is.
I'm about to get in trouble from what I'm finna say.
What?
But it's the truth. A lot of these people who come out here and support
Why you ain't on the screen?
Oh, because I was letting them see y'all, but they can hear me. I ain't went nowhere. I just put y'all on the big screen. What I'm finna say, I'm finna get in trouble. You just want them to see my face. A lot of them people that's supporting these heathens, to me, a lot of these people that's be sitting up here trying to justify what the councilman in the first ward doing, the councilwoman in the second ward doing, the councilwoman in the fourth ward doing, the councilwoman in the sixth ward doing, and the councilwoman in the seventh ward doing. A lot of this fugaziness, man, people that be supporting this, you know what I'm saying? This is why this stuff is going on like this. This is why this is so messy. I see people come down there. This is how you can get a debt relief can get that 50,000 can get passed. This the hood pastor. See, people going along. A lot of this stuff is they friends. Now I'll give Reverend Theo Carroll this because this was the realest stuff he said when he said FBI, friends, brothers, and in-laws. That's all you seeing. That's when they come down to council. Them all them people friends. When they saying, well, you know, this only a one-time thing. This is my first time coming. So how you gonna keep this going? Then when you go in there hearing how they getting money from all these other people, this is when you like, oh wow. You cannot push stuff like that. You can't push it like that. It's just being honest, man. When you sitting up these things, you might don't say that's even with that garbage contract. You know who that hurting in the long run?
Who?
Us?
The residents.
Oh yeah.
When you push that stuff through, this is what votes can happen. Like to me, and I'm saying politically, when you be getting that IREX kids, was that IREX kids really needed?
No. I will say it 1,000 times.
Was that
no?
It wasn't.
No,
needed.
Lord, I'm 100,000,000% against that.
Yeah,
No.
but why? But I'm saying, but what we see a lot of things, and this not me getting on nobody. See, people don't be knowing they be having friends, family members, be working at these organizations, and then they be pushing stuff through. They help their people, and that's where this thing is already. It get lost at.
And sometimes they don't even have that, Mickey. Sometimes they'll push a vote through just to say, remember when I voted for you.
That's what I'm saying.
So you owe me a little favor.
That's why I'm saying that friends. Because I done seen stuff like that.
Yep. And Mickey, they got to understand, anybody, I'm going to repeat, far few in between, anybody that's running for office is running for a job.
Facts.
Why would you run? Verbiage is one thing. It's an income to them folks.
Facts.
So therefore, if you ain't already like Miss Claire McClendon or somebody that's already out here, Miss Beverly Biggs or whoever already out here pursuing it, notice she the one, Beverly Biggs, started the recall against Quincy whenever it happened. But now that she done got it in, here come Dumas, here come Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Right.
Why they didn't help her?
Because they wanted her to do all the work.
No. They wanted the money from the job of winning or the prestige.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you. Liddell Lewis wanted the money. She came in here as a doctor. Wait a minute. Rub me wrong. How you a doctor living over on Winona in your daddy's house? But you going to come just to help Flint? You need to help yourself, man. All the doctors I know is out in Warwick Hills and everywhere else around here.
I feel you.
The only doctor I know that I could come next door and say, hey, I got a headache.
I don't think she can write no scripture.
I don't think so either. Man, get out of here.
So Miss Claire McClinton went on to say that this Friday is going to be the 11-year commemoration that they're going to have. And she said it's going to be 5:30 at local 659. She said, I want all the council to come and just listen. Y'all need to just listen. We don't want y'all to say nothing. We want y'all to listen for a change. Come and listen. She said, and she said, you know what? The residents should be getting treated like our Ashley Capital. Y'all treat Ashley Capital better than y'all treat the residents, and we down here, we live here. We voted y'all in. Ashley Capital didn't vote y'all in, and I'm gonna add on to it, because as soon as they asses is gone, Ashley Capital gonna be catering to another group of council, and then the other one's gonna be forgotten.
Correct.
So then King Rodney came up there, and he was like, "This some nervous shit coming down here. Blood pressure be all up and everything." He said, Flint is a small city, but we got a big city vibe. He said, we treat people from out of town better than we treat the residents. And he said it too. And he said word is your bond. He grew up in a time, he said, well, word is your bond. That's all you had was your word to go by. And he said time tells a story of its own. And that's when he went on to say, he grew up under and came up under Papa and Larry White, Maurice Davis. And he said other people in the community. He said other cities are watching. He said when he used to drive trucks, he was like, people would come and ask him about the water and stuff here in Flint. He said we could be a model city.
We is going to be a model. Not for us. It's going to be a model for the new people that's coming.
Absolutely agree.
That's the model.
Tay got up there. Tay said 8th Ward. And she's from the 8th Ward, and she said she's just blown away by this false title as the 3rd Ward ambassador.
Unbelievable.
And she said that's just a nearly created title.
Poured it out the sky.
Right.
This Big's gonna have to do a Trump deal. Make it too big to read.
She is. She
got to pull a Trump move.
Facts.
President Donald J. Trump make it too big over in that 3rd Ward to rig, where everybody know. Nope, we voted for Miss Big.
Right.
Now, how's the room for somebody else to get it? Mm-hmm. Ain't no room. Mm-hmm. Other than that, we're in trouble, and that's hand-to-hand contact. Gotta hit them doors.
Yep. When I went to Good Friday service last week, and it was a lady right across the street on Foss, and she was like, "Hey, Winters, I'm voting for that Biggs lady. She been over here to my house twice. She done knocked on our door twice. So we know she's out there. She's getting recognized by a lot of the seniors. And so I'm happy to say that. Miss Big
getting a lot of movement over there. Beverly's sister and all big. They got a big family over in that thing.
Yes, they do. And all across the city, too.
And she done creeped in the hood. So, LaShawn, don't think you got it on lock.
No.
I've been over in the hood over there, off that one in Wesley Street. I went over there. I saw Miss Big signs, and I shouldn't have said nothing.
Yeah, now they gonna go pull them up too.
No. This was inside the house.
And then Sister Taliba, I couldn't even write down what all she said because I was just so captivated by her speech. She said we need a revolution.
Hold on one second. Hold on before you go to me, because I helped her with that speech. It took a lot out of me.
Taliba,
huh?
You helped her write it. What all she say then, Mickey?
Y'all want me to quote her verbatim?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna do the speech, the one that me and her did, because she went and cleaned it up.
Okay.
Me and we was in the corner.
Okay.
Said the hell with all of them up there.
That's what she said. Because she said we need a revolution down here. We need a revolution.
No, they do. But she did pray.
Where is the ARPA money?
I'm going to these new people.
That stuff been gone.
Yeah, that money. He hustling that money. He told them first go around. He gave them a little taste.
That's like asking for COVID money.
Gone. Neely played that 94 million like it was the SBA loans. I'm trying to tell you. He did that money. You see all of them was down there smiling. Neely was throwing them get-togethers. They was down there like they was treating them 501c3s like it was unemployment money.
So then after that, they had council response, and Davina went through her the same exact story that she gave me about the Flint property portal.
Did she take that long when she gave it to you? Because she took that in 35 minutes. I counted last night.
Yeah, she did.
She
She
took
did.
35. She took 35 minutes.
Yep, she gave me that same detailed explanation that I gave, and that's when I was sitting there like, oh, it's about to come, because I know they all gonna ask her about this, because she just told them that y'all all in your new wards right now.
Unless it's a recall.
Silence.
Why won't Davina and them put up the map of where right now actively this election coming?
Yeah,
I go to vote come May or whatever
May
I
6th.
want to do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That way it ain't no questions on the city website.
Well, she said they sent out postcards to everybody in the 3rd ward, and the new 3rd ward, and the old 3rd ward, and if you got any questions, you need to call the clerk's office.
Is it against the law for them to put it up on the city website?
No.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
It
it
needs to be
is.
on the city's website. For this here particular special election,
Facts.
call the city of Flint, and here you go. You can tell all the residents of the city of Flint, this is where you go vote.
I agree with you.
And let it be where we all can share it all over the whole city. It's a reason for that.
Yes, because they don't want you to
guarantee
vote.
you in 2026 it's going to be on the city website where you can vote.
I guarantee you it will be too.
I'm with Gabby. They telegraphing. They trying to steal that 3rd ward seat.
That's exactly right.
And that's why you see AC Dumas up in there, and you see the other fella up in there, Rich.
They going everything
They know
just
what
like
they
they
doing.
did me. And they said we want anybody but Maurice. And now look at the hell the city got.
I seen them. It was a bunch of them that was
Everything in
against
the city
you.
went against me. Hard as I tried.
Yeah, went against you. That's why I be saying.
Everybody.
Sometimes when winters do say this, do they really want Liddell gone?
No, they don't want to go.
Did they really?
Hell no. Why? When some of them helped to get in,
Facts.
some of them helped to get in. So
me.
why do they want to go?
Right.
I wouldn't play with them because you got to have somebody got a remnant of knowledge of how this should go to reset it back to where it go. And I'm frustrated because everybody losing and dying around here and going to continue to do it.
Facts.
With their foolishness. Put that map up on the city website.
Well, I wanted to go on here right now before this, because the city will come back and they'll do a press conference. But if you go to the city of Flint and after you scroll past Neely's face up there, when you go down, it does say, it does have maps of the city of Flint wards.
Accurate voting map.
Now, I don't know if they're accurate or
Right,
not.
see, that's the question. It should be pointed out this is special election. This is the 3rd ward that's going to vote. It could be just for the 3rd ward. Absolute map. That way, Miss Biggs and all of them know, okay, we hitting the right place or we hitting the wrong place.
I'm going to tell you if it's accurate in a minute, because I'm going to see where I stay, and I'm going to see if they got me on this map as 2nd ward or if they got me as 6th ward.
That's important. Vitally important. That'll settle that.
That's Flushing Road right there.
For the world to see.
See, Sloan, Rascop. Where's Ballinger Highway? Chevrolet.
Yep, if your house is 2nd ward.
They got me in the 2nd ward.
On that map.
Yep.
So that's the map they're using like right now.
Yep, they got me in Ward 2.
See, now whoever want to go knock doors for Miss Biggs, they know where they kinfolk and cousins and family members at.
But she said in the recall election, they got to go by the old map.
Old map.
So this map is still confusing the hell out
that's
of
not
it.
the map.
It's not back to what you said. This
That's
not
why
the
I said
map.
put the map for the special election.
No, it's not on here.
But how they got it set up, Councilman Davis, that if you want to do the recall, you got to be in the old ward. If you voting, it's the new ward, which that's what I'm saying.
That's what he's saying. Put up the old map. You don't
That's
know
right.
where you supposed to go.
But they sent the cards out. Your new wards
don't know
out.
that.
We don't check no damn mail. I don't check no mail.
But Davina said
They
this.
could
She
have mailed it
said,
out for the ambassador with her name on them cards. I done seen cards as quiet as it kept when Obama was running, when Trump was running. Mine said something with Obama's name because I'm in a Democrat neighborhood. It didn't have no Trump on there.
Oh, is that some of that dark literature?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I know about what I'm trying to tell you. It need to be if it's the old old map for this special election. That's only should be the 3rd ward election that's coming. It need to be up on the city website.
Michelle Pfeiffer, good
fair
morning.
election.
Thanks for tapping in.
So after that, they had council response. After Davina got through with her explanation, Candace said, listen, you guys are asking about ARPA money. She said, I just want to let everybody know after we approve it, it goes back to the mayor. So if you got a question about who has received or who hasn't received the money, yourself, if you are looking for money, she said, then you need to call and ask them. Nothing about the property portal. Then Liddell talked about the litter league. I thought it was a litter league games. Clean up.
Yeah,
and they got
many tons of dirt, and
they got a big poster with the ambassador on there, and they got another big poster with Neely on there, and something else with the Boys and Girls Club. But the first one you see is that ambassador on there. And they all gonna be in, Haskell or Bassett Park or somewhere. And so she held up this heavyweight belt, and you're gonna get a belt with
and a ring. You forgot the ring.
Oh, a championship ring. Ain't nothing about no roofs and shit. You're gonna get a championship belt and a championship ring. And then she threw out a little dig because I had put a post out and said, Jed, me and you need to go to this. So she said from her council seat, this is what I'm saying, they spend more time on Facebook than they do. Mm-hmm. She said, I seen where people said they were coming. So just come on out if you still want to come. And she looked back there and I waved at her. I mean, it's like y'all petty as hell up there. That's all y'all think about is damn social media. Nothing about the property portal. She didn't address it either.
That's my theory. Put time on it.
Jerry Winfrey Carter, she was talking about the ordinance about animals, the roosters and stuff. She wanted to get with Mary and said she was looking into the ordinance or something about the animals. Nothing about the property portal. Then it said that they don't get a list until November about the houses.
Foreclosures.
Yeah.
Right.
And he didn't say anything about the ward changes either. So that tells me that council is okay and they already know that they are serving in their new wards. That's what that told Winters Hall, a resident of the city of Flint.
Hard for me because Miss Biggs got an election coming in days.
Right.
It ain't Jerry's election. It ain't
Next
Murray's
week.
election. But Miss Biggs, it's not fair for the city to like this lady, whatever her name is. She automatically getting mailers that Miss Biggs them ain't gonna get in what's his name?
2 weeks, 12 days.
The first ward.
Leon Alameen.
Yeah. He had a expungement in the old Hasselbreen.
Sure did.
It was mailers and stuff for that expungement. People stopped me on the street. Maurice, where's the expungement? I didn't know until I went online. I said,
I didn't know no mailers went out. We didn't get one.
This is what I'm telling you. Miss Biggs is going. She can't verify nothing because half her people might have voted in the old ward to new. No, here is the ward for this special election for the third ward. Everybody can't vote, but this here is fair for all candidates. It's unbalanced. It's biased right now. It should not be biased.
Well, Davina assured me, she said she was going to spend the whole day going to the 3 precincts.
She ain't got to do none of that. All she have to do is put it up on the city website and point you to the city website. That way Miss Biggs could send a team out.
She sure could.
Jed could send a team out with absolute assurity. We knocking the right doors. I could go and everybody else could go. And we know.
And I know what you're talking about. Because Mayor Weaver had the papers for the whole city of Flint. That's when we was over there on Cloverline and she said, Winters, do you see a house here? I said, no, ma'am.
When we did Liddell Lewis, we was knocking wrong doors. Miss Biggs had, Maurice, no, on this street, we don't want this. This here ain't that ward no more. It should be right in my phone where I go, okay, I'm inside the ward.
Right.
And we could talk to the residents.
Right. But we don't have that. Not even a compare. The only time I've seen a comparison of maps is hanging in Dominique Clemens' office. And when you see the change,
important.
When you see the change of the wards, what it told Winters Hall is that you may be looking for a different council person, maybe getting one in the 5th and 6th ward.
That's right.
That don't look like us.
That's right. Dennis and them couldn't request that. They on council. They immediately. It should be posted. Miss Biggs can't afford to miss that train. If she missed that train, you didn't flipped for 2026 now. You back in the same gridlock coming into 2026. Because why? You got that ambassador sitting there now. That's done brought them up to 5 to 6. Now, it's a battle to the end. If Liddell get out the seat, I get the seat, you still locked in because you're back and forth. But Biggs is playing chess. She have to get that seat.
She has to.
If she don't get that seat, they know what they're doing.
Right.
That's why all of the best I got to keep her out of that seat.
Right.
And if people, I done been there, that's what I'm telling you. If Mays was living, he'd say, look, where is the map?
Right.
He'd be down in City Hall right now.
If Mays was living, Lord have mercy. So much.
You need somebody with backbone.
Right.
You have to go up against the grain at all costs for the residents. Miss Biggs ain't never been in the chair.
Right.
I've been in the chair. The map should be posted. And now when people, I could knock at your door and you was Maurice, I'm sorry. They used to tell me in my ward, oh, no, I'm in the 5th ward. Ma'am, you're in the 2nd ward here.
Right.
So you might feel at your house, you're in the 1st ward. No, Miss Winters, this is your ward right here. Right. Oh, okay, I can sign.
Right. I agree.
Miss Biggs is imperative she get in that chair.
I absolutely agree. So the first resolution they got to talking about, of course, they had to have Mark up there, the Ashley Capital. Council always killed me separating this stuff, and then they ask the right questions, they give the wrong answers, and it still passed. What passed in the consent agenda, I do want to go over real quick, was the tree cutters for... They wanted to give them some more money.
Tree cutters.
The tree
change
cutters.
orders.
Yep. Also, contract for Sinclair Recreation Park improvements for Ophelia Bonner and Dewey Park. That passed with no questions asked. Now that
For me, it would have been fair.
That went to the consent agenda. MTech purchase sewer cleaning combination truck. That passed. And you know what else passed? The fire department using opioid settlement money to buy life safety and rescue equipment. They had half the fire department there ready to fight for it, and they didn't ask one question. They passed it right to council for it to be approved on Monday. Also, the 3rd quarter budget amendment for the KWA water supply system, refunding bonds, cost insurance, whatever that is, that passed with no questions asked. Serve Pro residential. See this, they wanted to go out and they said they want to enter into a performance-based contract throughout 7 months to complete property assessments and with consultations with homeowners and implementation of exterior improvement and repairs to include sourcing materials and adhering to HUD. That passed in the consent agenda. No questions asked.
It's a new Flint.
It's a new Flint, baby.
It's a new Flint.
And so the first resolution they talked about with Mark from Oak Park, and I was just amazed how Judy called Mark up there to answer questions about how the resolutions in the public hearing, because Dennis was like, we ain't had no public hearing. Why we got this resolution on here now? It hasn't been on there before. Right. And so Davina said, well, the public hearing was scheduled. We didn't have the resolution. I mean, they was going back. And so Judy said, come up, Mark, and you explain it to it. Mark said, well, I'm confused too. But normally this is how we do it. I said, well, I'd be damned. We got Mark up here telling us how to run the city. Shout out to you, Mark, because I know you're watching.
Mark. And
so they said, like I said, Dennis was asking about the public hearing. Davina said that it's scheduled for Monday. They were going back and forth. Mark gave an answer about this tax capture. He said it was $72.9 million plus $4.8 million.
From where?
They got another grant. They MDEC gave Ashley Capital another grant.
Ashley.
And $72.9 million plus $4.8 million equals $5.9 million, which brings it down to $71.8 million. And so I guess after that, it'd be quicker for Flint to get the taxes again going from them. and he got to talking about the nanograph grant because then it said word on the street, nanograph ain't about to come here. And so Mark said, "Oh well, the Trump administration did, it cut them off, but they're working with Trump now to get their stuff back." Okay, let us know how that go. But if you remember, if you follow the meetings, Mark said that they were building this nanograph building specifically for nanograph.
That's right.
It was going to be designed specifically
That's
for
what he
them.
said.
But he said now, well, if nanograph don't come, Mark said the building is just going to look like all the others. We're just gonna make it like all the others because we got people coming down there and leasing it, so we're just gonna make it like all the other buildings, and we're gonna have Oak Park. We're gonna have the park done by the end of July, so you can have your picnic.
Winters. And ain't nothing said for nobody that live here.
But they're gonna have the park done, so you can have picnic.
Crazy.
Every other house in Flint need a roof.
But you can have picnic. And they're going to put pretty pavilions in Ophelia Bonner Park and Dewey Park.
And they're going to put a gate that tells you the hours of when that park is open. They're going to gate it off just like at Kettering and Forest Park and everywhere else.
Right.
When they fix it up, they gate it.
Well, this is what's coming.
Wow.
So that passed to council. Then the next one was the Franklin Avenue Mission. And that was for the east side. Judy was in tears. The east side doesn't have access to food. Well, hell, the north side is a food desert. And so Dennis and JWC said, you didn't vote for St. Martin,
That's
so
right.
we're not voting for your stuff. So it failed. And Candace said, well, but maybe you guys just need a little bit more time. Just need a little bit more time, and let's try to rethink this over for what's in front of us. They still voted that down. They said no. And Judy said, well, it failed, and once again, the east side is screwed. I'm like, well, damn, that's how you read a vote now down there at council? So professional, such decorum that you guys keep.
And such bias.
Yeah.
Facts.
That's bias all day long. That's bias.
So the ARPA funds to give to the Flint Institute of Music, they should have killed that, in my opinion, but they kept it in finance.
Crazy.
The next
ain't
one
got
was
nothing.
Tapology, and like we said, Mr. Bruce Bradley was there, and he talked, and he talked, and he talked, and they asked questions, and he talked, and like Judy said, dancing heals the soul. Well, why they asses was so mad when Jan came on there dancing? Dancing didn't heal the soul that day, did it?
We in trouble. Did he
Trouble.
get Bruce his money?
Yep. Well, they passed it to
go to
council. He asked, "Do I need to come back?" They was like, "He's like, no." Everybody said, "No, you ain't gotta come back. You gonna get your money."
We went thorough.
And so, the next one they spent time on was the reallocation of. You know what? I think didn't they talk about this first? That's when this is when and Liddell got up and left after this and said that she had to go to some ward or some community meetings or whatever. And so this was the reallocation of ARPA fund for the youth job training. And they said that they want to give 5 to 7 nonprofit organizations money, but Dennis said, who are the people that's getting the money? Shelley said, I don't have the names because
I got them.
You do?
I know one of them because
Good.
Chris Martin got his
God.
money last year on the first day of school.
And he was finna get it again.
Who?
Chris Martin. He got money for youth job training.
That's why they
last year
put it
on the first day of school. How in the hell you get money for summer jobs on the first day of school? School was starting back in. I had raised a damn fit about that.
And school just started and he getting summer job money.
And he got summer last year.
And guess what he finna get again?
What?
That's why Shelley Green don't want to put their names up there. Why you think Liddell and Candace them and Judy fighting that hard?
Because it's for somebody that they know.
Yeah.
They was fighting tooth and nail for people who they didn't even know was gonna get it. Talking about this gonna save children's lives. If the kids can help pay the bills around the house and buy their school clothes and help out with the consumers and the water bill and buy cars. But
they crook.
You see
even
what
if
Woodrow
that
said.
was true, who in the hell? How the kids gonna go apply? We don't even know who getting the money.
Look what Woodrow just said.
What he say?
Youth organizations apply all the time without knowing if they're going to get the funding or not. That's some BS. Remember, she said people didn't want to See, they come up, they so used to lying. Neely then got this where his people come up there and lie to council. Like, I shouldn't have to tell you what I'm doing.
Yep.
Where this money going.
Yep.
This how they treat them. This how the council,
Yep.
from that 5, when Liddell took over, that council had let this mayor think he run this whole city.
Candace said, but these jobs help families. Liddell did some math, like cheese sticks be doing on Hood Morning. She was up there like she was typing and talking about 80 kids was left out. 80 kids.
What about the kids that didn't get the funding?
This was 80 kids that didn't get the jobs, but 100 some did. But 80 kids. 80 kids. These 80 kids. I got so tired of hearing her say 80 kids. But Shelley said that, like they was going to send them to jobs like Walmart and stuff. And so I got a question, like, if you just going to send the kids to Walmart to get a job, what the hell they need to come to the city of Flint for? Can't they just go to Walmart and apply?
They ain't working at no Walmart.
I know that. You know that.
Them some lying crooks. If you going to be fair, they should have had a award. Okay, how much money we got for the youth? Okay, we got 20,000. We got 50, 100,000. All 9 wards, 20,000 each. And what we'll do, we'll take it to the school for summer program and pay the kids for going to summer program or cleanups in the neighborhood. And let every kid participate at a church or whatever. And watch this, not clique churches, but all churches qualify. And give the people the actual able to help every kid around here. Kids is hungry.
Well, you know what our councilwoman said?
It's not right.
You know what our councilwoman Liddell Lewis said? She said, you know what? Y'all shouldn't just hold up the money because you don't like the organization. St. Mark Liddell, you said we shouldn't hold. See, Liddell, you need to think about what you said.
She in that chair for a reason. She's doing exactly what she was supposed to do.
Pushing the mayor's agenda.
It's all agenda.
Her and Candace
you get
took
broke folks and they let them put
night.
them in there, and it's gonna shut you down because I'm talking to somebody dignitary. I'm not used to it. They pat you on the back and they thank you.
She put that hat on her head last night, and she took control of that meeting before she left. Then
Winters.
That was 3 yes, 3 no. Then the next time it was 4 yes, 2 no. After Candace said, "Let's think about it again." No.
Nobody getting help.
So they didn't pass that, but I'm sure it's going to be on Special Affairs Monday for reconsideration because the mayor already had the press conference. He put the cart before the horse.
Yeah, sure did.
So he need his money now,
money.
right? He had a whole damn press conference up at the. We're gonna get there. And so the next program was to support local bridges program funding, Michigan Department of Transportation. Oh, that went through the consent agenda. And Judy, but wait a minute, let me go back to this youth job training. Judy tried to throw a little dig, pissed me off last night. Hey, Jerry, Councilman Winfrey Carter, didn't the McCree Theater get some money last year out of this? Jerry said, I don't know what they got. Like that pissed me off. Like, your daddy got some money.
Run off.
Yeah. Like, she don't know what business her daddy doing up there.
To do with her.
And ain't got a damn thing to do with her and her vote sitting in that chair.
But that's Judy for you, though.
That's Judy.
That's Judy.
Now, that shit was not right. I'm going to call right, and wrong is wrong.
Right. Winters, they wrong.
And Judy act like she care about the 4th Ward. You've been voting for everything that mayor sent up there. Why you didn't tell him to send something for the 4th Ward?
If you so sad about ain't nothing being done in the 4th Ward, damn it, Judy, you're on the Economic Development Committee.
Facts.
Do something. Bring businesses to the 4th Ward. Instead of sitting down there talking about you a singer, you a violinist, you a tax preparer, you every damn thing except for a councilwoman.
The worst ward in the city.
The worst ward.
Nothing compared. First, second, none of them compared to that 4th Ward.
Maybe
she don't do shit.
Maybe she need to go back into music because you ain't shit as a councilwoman.
No,
nope.
I remember when Judy said she just ran. She said on record she never watched the council meeting before.
And lied. You know Judy's a big liar.
They
do it for money.
All Judy do is lie. Yeah, all them. Listen, man. Damn, 99.9% of them council people just be lying. And go ahead.
The next one, Jerry Winfrey Carter took the gold star last night.
And did.
They want to hire 2 security guards for the police mini station on Cloud Road and a security guard for City Hall. Now they went
got
through
one in the City Hall, don't they, at the water department?
they want
Another one
out front there. They want one that's gonna be
so
there
they
all
have
the
two
time.
there.
Because they saying people gonna come up there and rob the water department.
When you coming to pay your bill with all
Yeah.
your money and stuff,
That's
and
what they got
people,
one
people
at.
get irate.
And Judy said, because it's the north side. I damn near wanted to bite my tongue when I heard her say that. Like, is you saying the north side is bad? Have you looked at the east side, Judy?
But who the hell hires security guards to run the police station? Like, you run up in there for help at the police mini
Somebody
station.
you trying to give your friend some money to?
That's all.
But JWC got him when she said, "Excuse me, how the hell is this still open when we didn't vote to keep it open? How is this mini station still open?
And they had
We voted against this."
and they had an excuse why they did.
The Clio Road.
Clio Road.
They didn't approve that.
So didn't.
And it's open still?
Well,
Tell 'em
now
why.
it goes back to the mayor can give out up to $75,000 without going through council.
And why would they give this mayor that type of
That much damn money, didn't they? And they only gave Weaver what, $300?
and act like they didn't want to put no stipulations on him. And guess what he had to come back to? Now he got to come to council for they can pay to keep it open.
Well, I'm sure he just gonna spend another $75,000 out of his general fund.
But remember, yeah. You ain't lying, Mark Hutchinson. That's what hilarious. That was hilarious. The police chief asking for security. Your chief know he ain't blank. He can't do the job.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a police thing.
Right.
They had a police dummy car parked up there for the longest.
Sure did, because the people at Popeye said there ain't nobody over there.
Yeah, and
They just he said they
in the
pulled
covered in snow.
Covered in snow. He said they backed that up there when it opened, and he said we ain't seen nobody over there.
Tried to boost it to get it away from us.
And did somebody get paid to pull that over there to act like they was over there?
Wow, Lord help us,
man. Too secure. He the police. But that's when your mayor tell you, hey, you go down there and tell him we need this because this is how we got to get this money.
So they got to asking him about, okay, now you need security guards now for the police force. Well, what about the vacant positions? And so he said, well, they're going to have 5 graduate next week. And he just hired 3 last week. And by September, they could possibly have all the positions filled.
Yeah, that key word, possibly.
Possibly.
Right.
And so Dennis said, well, how when is this open? He said, well, Hardwood is open
3 days a week. And
no, I'm just saying like he answered it.
Oh.
3 days a week. Well, we know that. Well, what's the hours? He wasn't for sure himself. And then he said, but it's open from 10 to 2 on Saturdays.
He knew that one.
He knew that one. Who was this? I think it was Dennis who also said that it just feels like the administration, it was either Dennis or Jerry, because them was the only two battling last night. Like, it feels like the administration is going around the council. Because he got $75,000. Hell, like, he just coming up here as a courtesy just to let y'all know what he about to do. Seeing if y'all could give him some money, from somewhere else so he ain't got to keep using his little $75,000. But my thing is, we're in budget season. Why the hell won't they include some of these things in the budget? Any other business, municipality, they would put stuff like this in the budget. But of course, we know Flint broke.
Yep.
So that's possibly why they can't put it in the budget. Because they ain't got no damn money. And if they do, we sure would like to know where it's at, because right now we don't know who got the ARPA money, who hasn't got the money.
We know who got the money.
We really don't.
Yes, we do. The mayor. Y'all steady playing. You know that mayor got that money.
He said the mayor got the money. Well, that is true.
He do got money. It's just that these council members that's up on it, like I keep telling people, I'm riding with Dennis on this one. You know what I'm saying? Dennis did what he can do. Dennis like, what more do y'all want? And I get it. Even with, on some aspects, I do feel like JWC. Why would you want to get on the back and forth bickering with Davina about the voting, what's her name? She probably did got wind of it, like, well, because they said, not her, but that council voted for that. But when people was bringing that up, see, when you don't have your 5 votes and the opposite team got the 5 votes with a power driven mayor, this is what you're gonna get.
But you know what? I'm glad we got Maurice Davis sitting here this morning. Because how many times did Eric put shit on the floor and he didn't have himself to vote on it? And sometimes he put shit on the floor and didn't vote for his stuff and said himself.
It's on record.
On record.
It's on record. Them folks, they need to be able to be taught. You ain't doing nothing if you ain't teachable. You know, it's experience. It look one way. Everybody got an idea how council run. Get it elected. Anybody that's looking at us right now. Anybody. Right. And then when them phone calls ring in the morning, it's going to blow the hell off your head. Yeah. The mayor going to call you. Everything down there going to call you.
Surely.
It ain't they don't care about none of this bickering because every resolution is an argument. It's called debate. We argue, but we just don't come to blows, and that's why you have a chair to settle down the argument, the debate. And then after that debate, we go to the next resolution, and it starts over. But I'm concerned about moving these millions of dollars. As long as we get it done. But the problem is you got council people that don't have sense enough to put the people that I represent on the agenda.
That same thing, Ms.
Chris Martin is on the agenda.
Yeah.
Everything in their mama is on that agenda except the people y'all electing.
Yeah.
Beverly Biggs got sense enough. She's a business-minded, a personal-minded enough woman to stand up and say, wait a minute, I'm going to pass Ashley Capital, but I got to put my 3rd ward on this agenda. We need this. We got to remove these stipulations because ain't nobody getting help over here.
That's right.
Now, you can talk about me till you turn blue. As long as we getting what we need over here, we good.
That's right.
That's what the mayor doing.
Yep.
But watch this. His agenda is the whole city.
Yeah.
And the problem is people with money voice is bigger than poor folks.
You absolutely correct.
It means something. It's
Absolutely
different treatment
correct.
to poor folks.
Yep.
Don't let nobody fool you that when your pastor come in, everything in that church respect that pastor different than somebody off the street or the guy watching the parking lot.
Right. You're right.
And it's the same thing.
You're right.
I seen the mayor yesterday. I had an hour and a half conversation. I told Mickey, a good conversation. I'm transparent. And the conversation is always about the people. And I listened. And it was last time we had a knockdown drag. I said it on the program. Maurice don't play games. But my whole still and always will be the people is hurting. In the mayor's eyesight, everything is fine. And it is.
Yeah. In his eyesight.
It's beautiful. He have receipts. And man, as you can see, I'm not beating you up because that ain't helping nobody. We hurting.
Right.
Because now people actually losing everything. The studies was in predated him. It was done before when Weaver, because I was down there, with that master plan.
Mm-hmm.
That they moving that. If you don't know, that's a 15 to 20 year vision out. But now that was 15, 20 years ago, and now it's here.
I wish you would do a special podcast on the master plan.
And I will. I got all of the documents.
I know you do.
I got all of the 8, 9, I think it's like 11 books on Flint demise.
I really wish you would do
Demolition mean progress on.
Yes.
And that's why I'm so frustrated, because it started on Dayton.
Yes, it did.
The preacher right now is still getting money on Dayton.
McCatherine.
Hundreds of thousands of
Yes,
dollars.
he is.
On Dayton.
Yeah.
I can't say nothing, but I'm so mad. But right now, the problem is at hand. Miss Biggs, don't get that chair. Ain't no need of me running or nobody else running for 2025.
Hell no, we good.
It's done.
It's a
done.
wrap.
I'm going to plug that down. I'm going down that highway.
I told Mickey we need to get plugged into the city feed. There's no
Miss
use of going back.
Biggs is a primary piece for the poor folks.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why they don't want her in there, because she is going to do what's right for the residents.
We are really finna lose everything.
If she don't get in.
Everybody that's looking at me, if you live in Flint, your house is gone. Now call me all kinds of damn lies. Keep the video. In about 10 years, you're going to be standing in somebody's apartment.
Hell, everything you said back in 16 and 17 has come to fruition. Every single thing you said.
They studied. We got the book.
That book that Miss Beverly used to read, T-1. Tear down a house, your property taxes will go up.
With mine, I told the mayor about it. And notice I'm transparent about my demise of I'm talking to the mayor yesterday, not 2 or 3 days ago. I appreciate you, mayor, because we talked about an hour and a half in the parking lot. and we talked. And you know, I go in when we talk.
But Maurice, I bet you heard that about 27 times. But Maurice,
Not
but
this time,
Maurice.
because last time we was into it. And you know, no, man, I'm not going to beat you up because I know now it ain't going to help nobody. Because we are desperate. I'm desperate. And when you're desperate, I'm pleading for help. We need help. Whether I win, whether I run or not run, what can you do to help us? People don't need to lose everything. In his eyesight, you could qualify. The stuff is here. The dysfunction went on through the jail to die, all of it. All of it. I don't play games, but at the end of the day, I'm responsible because I really am who I say I am. And I thank you, man, for respect. I got to. The thing of it is this. This city don't have real unifiers. We about to lose. What do that card say, Winters?
Sheldon A. Neely, mayor.
That's a perfect, and I'm not beating him up on y'all platform. I don't do that because I ain't worth my salt to run for an office seat just to go down there and cause more dysfunction. No, I got to help people. People are crying tears. They don't want to lose their house.
And see, that's the thing, and I'm so glad you said that. You're not
I'm
getting it.
frustrated,
You don't
man.
want to go in and say, I'm running for council because I'm going to go against the mayor and I'm going to. No. You need to be able to talk to him. You need to be able to have. The phone lines are open yet. I'm sorry, the phone lines are not open as of yet.
We better unify. If you, this is real. That's why I said, City of Flint, please. I didn't come in here clowning on the mayor. Please put that up there so these folks will know. Mayor, let whoever win the election. Because I said, well, Mayor, what you think about me running against him? Hey, just like toothpaste. I can't tell you to buy one brand of toothpaste. Run. Okay. If need be, I will. Right. I just wanted to see what your thoughts was. If you ask me something, believe me when I tell you, it's going to come out so smooth you're going to think I'm lying.
He know you can beat her. He ain't trying to be on your damn bad side.
And
if anybody can beat her, you can.
And with the Trump situation, it's help coming. I don't have to hide. I tell anybody because y'all it's over your head. You don't understand what's going on. Rich is rich, Republican and or Democrat. Because this is a Democrat town doing it. They ain't Trump and them doing this to us. Right. It's the Democrats. Chris Martin is the head of the Democrats. Last I checked, he ain't for nobody. And that's the Dale's Church and pastor and bishop.
So it is.
And standing inside a house will bring what they just took Miss Beverly Lewis and them out. I watch all of it. And thank you, like Mickey just said, Mr. Pastor Threlkel, he did wonderful when he said, with these prepared speeches, you have to ask what they want you to ask.
But at the end of the day, did they ask the questions? Or they just looked at Pastor Threlkel?
I think Woodson was even there, and everybody was frustrated because that boy got killed over there on Detroit, and they had all the state troopers just to control. No, people want answers if we be disrespected in our community.
Right.
It's not all right. We need leaders,
them
man. Them
state boys been lying to us for years. We call them the cherry tops. They talking about they not supposed to even chase you through the neighborhood.
Poor folks get different treatment. It's here. You're not inside the master plan. You're not designed to stay in Flint after the next 5 to 10 years.
Yep.
All of us. They taking my building.
Yep.
And people don't care because I'm in Grand Blanc. But don't you know when the cost of living go up in Genesee County, it's going up out of Grand Blanc,
because that's where they done
put
us. They gonna include Flint in Genesee County. We're gonna be absorbed by Genesee County in a couple of years. Watch what I tell you.
Here goes something crazy. I cracked that door. And Neely ain't the one behind it.
We know that. He a puppet too.
He got to do what he got to do to stay in where he's at. And I'm going to leave that sitting right there.
Absolutely correct. You absolutely correct.
Am I lying?
No, you're not.
He's know you're not the one behind that. He just doing what he can to hold on.
That's it. So
now you heard truth today.
The next one, they had the Lou Choice of Neighborhood Implementation Technical Assistant Contract. And then it said, didn't we just approve for demolition? So why we need a technical assistance grant? But it passed.
They don't know. I'm so frustrated.
It still passed. The next one was the contract for Communities First Commercial. That used to be a liquor store, and it reminded you of the Omen Temple right across the street from Doyle Ryder. It was a liquor store.
Yeah.
So
what they gonna do with that?
They want to Community First. It's owned by Communities First now. And in fact, they want to improve it. and transformation of the neighborhood strategy. They want to make it into an office building.
Yeah, I know what
office
they're talking
space
about.
and stuff. So they said it used to be like that years ago
But
before the
Glenn,
liquor
y'all
store
need to
came.
attend to your residents that's in University, Grand of University, or down there, them apartments down there.
Uh-huh.
They got them people living with dogs, and I get calls all the time to come bring it to your attention, Winters, and on, because they older black folks and they shouldn't have weed smoking around them folks, and
Wow.
they don't have managers and nothing. That beautiful apartment on Grand Traverse and University, Grand University, Grand Traverse.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Glenn, get it together, you in essence. And I mean it, because people are frustrated in there. Because she was just writing a letter to Ridgeway last week. Maurice, please help us. Please help us.
See, people need help.
It's frustrating. Poor folks, we don't get treated the same. We don't get treated the same.
City of Flint Home American Rescue Plan funding grant, it passed. We should receive all monies, but the thing about it, we received the money, but it don't reach the people. That's the sad thing. And the next one, the last one, was the prevailing wage standards city-funded construction projects, where they want to mandate that federal contracts over $2,000 for the construction, alteration, or repair of public buildings and public works shall contain a clause setting forth that minimum wages be paid to various classification of laborers and mechanics. Then it said, why not just mandate this across the board?
Wow.
Why you just want to pick and choose
Correct.
who got to pay? Just
Correct.
mandate it across the board. So that was it with that. The next meeting was the governmental operations meeting. And the first thing, Candace disrespected Mr. Latham Jefferson.
Okay.
It was about 2 people there. Ariel spoke. Nobody else was there. Mr. Latham went up to the podium to
Why should
speak
you disrespect him?
because he didn't sign a slip to speak.
Oh, my Lord.
He didn't sign a slip. He sat down there.
And they number 2 people, him and Ariel.
Nobody else was down there to speak.
And they put that lady in the chair.
Yep. And then after that, we got Uncle Phil's Adventures in Philanthropy. He need a gaming license from the city of Flint. He didn't already had the fundraisers. They tell me about a month and a half ago, and they keeping it in governmental ops again. I'm like, just give him the damn thing so we can get this over with. They stick with stupid shit and they pass stuff, in my opinion, that shouldn't be passed.
You telling the truth, Winters.
Then they get to the hospital board of managers appointments. Charlotte Edwards, they kept that one in governmental ops.
Okay.
Deandra Larkin, they kept that one in governmental ops.
Okay.
K Ahmed, did they push K Ahmed's through, or did they leave it in governmental ops?
Governmental ops.
Okay, governmental ops. But then they want to put Robert Whittigan on the Hurley board.
Hurley?
Yes. Then it said, hell no. He left the city high and dry.
Why in the world would you put him on Hurley?
That's the craziest shit ever. Jerry said, y'all won't even put Phil Schultz
That's what I was just finna say.
on the
Schultz
damn
is
Hurley
vested in
board.
Flint.
And been at Hurley for a long, long time. I know.
100%.
And you want to put Robert Whittigan on there? Well, Judy said, well, it's not his fault. You damn right. It's your damn fault. You the finance chair.
And next thing you know, they won't be taking poor folks. And we done. We out. We won't be able to stay here then. If one for Hurley, we'll be done. We'll be done. Is Paul still down there?
Paul who?
Harem.
I ain't seen it.
I got a question. Why ain't did a resolution to put y'all a nice size compensation bid to have y'all to do media? Because y'all the one doing media.
Ain't they? You think that?
No.
They ain't about to give us shit.
Okay. You don't think so?
I know so.
Okay. You want to bet me?
Let's bet.
In front of all these folks.
Let's take a bet. If ATN gets something, you'll be king forever.
So, Will, I can tell you that now.
You won't bet me in front of all these folks.
I will. I'll bet you, because I'm going to tell you like this. We ain't been nothing but lied to.
Okay.
Whoa.
You see
That
it.
camera
You
right
see it
there.
right here.
Right
I
there.
bet you we don't get no money from the city of
Okay,
Flint.
watch.
Okay, I'm going to watch.
Jerry, put a resolution.
Oh.
Shit.
Jerry would do it, but I'm going to tell you.
Jerry, that's all I asked. Put it on record. That's all I asked.
She ain't got the votes.
She ain't got to. I said put it on record.
Put it on record. Okay.
I've been asking
It's
Dennis to do
administration
it.
down there, right?
Let's see.
Because it ain't the council.
Let's see.
I've been asking Dennis
Let's
to
see.
do it. Dennis ain't did that one time.
See how dumb ignorant Maurice is.
Not playing
see.
with you, Dennis.
Let's see.
Man,
Get me
Neely,
my
prove
money.
yourself today.
Prove yourself, Neely.
See how ignorant I am.
They say we wasn't paid for. Come on with it.
Come on,
No,
Neely.
no, that's
No.
business.
This
That's
business. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all,
Business.
y'all
Ain't nobody
down,
else gonna turn it down.
Hold up. We go out our way to catch y'all with the city.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all bring it faithfully. That ain't no favoritism or no ha-ha-he-he moment. Y'all covering the actual city of Flint for free.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
Right.
Mayor, what's her name? Pringle's daughter, Vanessa, she's still down there. Who down there now?
I don't know.
Well, it don't matter who down there.
Petway.
Mr. Petway or who? My buddy, Clyde.
Oh, Clyde. Hello, Clyde.
Clyde. They already covering the city of Flint.
Clyde, my guy. What's up, Clyde?
Clyde.
Watch and see.
Okay, I'm gonna watch. And we
You
all
have
gonna
not
see.
because you what?
Ask not.
Okay. Let's find out.
Let's find out.
Let's see if they really want to bring mediation to where it should be to take poor folks and include us in everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
810
telling you,
gate.
I don't play games. Watch and see what I tell you. Now let's put a little time.
You wanna go? Can we go to 11:30 mix so we can take some phone calls?
Yeah, 'cause you got to pay for this anyway.
Let me know what happened too.
Okay, I sure will.
Okay.
Put it on the floor.
That's
I can
gonna
tell
happen.
you. Dennis,
Put it on the floor.
don't make me look bad, Dennis. I've been telling you. I've been riding with you. Put it on the floor.
Now, 2026, y'all there.
Okay.
Okay.
Dennis,
Remember, I told you.
I am.
I told y'all
Dennis.
going to the top.
I'm gonna ride it. Dennis, put it on the
But
floor.
know y'all fair price. So you don't have to do
Oh, I got a price already.
what's that? Y'all come in for that when they take it, they low bid and then they come in
Oh, I always start high.
There you go.
Yeah.
So we can end off where I need to be.
You go high, I go low. We
Let
meet
me
somewhere
say
in the
this
middle.
Before we go on, y'all already doing the work. You already proved. You don't need no resume.
So
Think about that for a minute. Before somebody else
and
get y'all.
I am a resident of the city of Flint.
Before somebody else grab y'all. It's
Damn.
other media around here in township, Flushing. Y'all already proved yourself. That's all I'm gonna leave it laying now. I'm done.
And I brought a lot of these people out here that's ungrateful, Mr. Councilman Davis.
Y'all do an
A couple of
excellent
them
job.
people I brought here that they was ungrateful to me. But if I could move on, you know what I'm gonna say?
Put the number up on the screen, Mickey.
I told y'all.
We
y'all.
We got over 200 people watching. You guys go ahead, hit that like button, and if you want to call in today, we are here to take questions. Myself, Mickey, or Mr. Davis, 810-610-7851. Give us a call. We're gonna stay here a few minutes longer for you all today, and we have a caller already. Welcome to the bump. What's going on, Auntie?
That's Auntie.
Uh-oh. Let me put you on speakerphone. Hold on. Speaker. Okay, there you go.
That's a challenge.
Showed it.
Because I said yesterday, y'all challenge, as the council I challenge y'all to give 810 legal money that they don't have to pay back. That's a
Facts.
challenge.
Mm-hmm.
That's a challenge. And now that the residents have their challenge, I need to see the residents move their ass on the challenge.
Right.
That's it. That's all I want to see is them. Flint, Michigan. Okay, it's time out for the okie dokie.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to step into the new. I think
Thank you, Just Blaze.
they already stepped into the new shit. The government is stealing money more than the robbers are.
Facts.
So now it's time for y'all to step into the new. It's time for y'all to get what's due to you all. Because if you're waiting on them to do it, you will never have it.
Right.
And it's true. They want you out the city.
Mm-hmm.
They're moving you out. You wake up, get them blinders off. But that's all I had to say.
Thank you. Have a good day. Tell my baby in the background hello. Hi. Hi, baby.
You hear?
Yep.
Hi. Now she doing fine though. Don't have no conversation. Conversation. What you doing? Now we have no conversation.
Leave the baby alone. All right. Thank you, St. Louis.
And Just
Okay,
Blaze.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Just Blaze, thank you for the $9.99. Says supporting the machine.
810
Thank you.
610 7851. Snow, you had called early, but the phone lines weren't open. You go ahead and call back again.
The lines are open.
The lines are open if we don't get no calls.
Like-
We're gonna ease on down the road.
Yeah, the lines is open like how the city coffers are to the non-profits.
It's open in it.
Hey, Mayor, we trying to get ours. I don't know if I want it now. The money you might give me might be hot. Be pulling up like Tony told, what he tell the Mac, that car's hot as a firecracker. That non-profit, that ARPA money hot as a firecracker down there. I don't want none.
Lord have mercy.
I'm just saying, throw a little something this way. You can hit that cash app too, Mayor. $.
We ain't heard no ching ching in a long time.
810 News Media Group, Cash App. Won't you do something like that? Show the people you support 810. I ain't gonna say they still gonna vote for you in 26, but I'm just saying you give 810 something like 80, you can give a 75 without going to council. That's a proven fact. FACK. Give us 275s, give us 575s, give it to us like 75 in May, 75 in June, 75 in July,
I know that's
75 in August, 75 in September. Don't come trying to be talking, August coming, November. We gon', how it is. Come on now.
What's going on, Snow?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, Kang. What's going on, Mick? What's up,
What
Big
it do,
Mick? What's up,
what it
right?
do, good brother?
Hey.
So, I'm just sitting back. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real. I don't really know too much about politics, but I
The hell
got
if
common
you
sense.
don't?
I got common sense though.
You know enough.
You do.
And like I want to talk. I'm piggyback about the security guards and all that. Man, they've been robbing us in
Facts.
Flint, Michigan,
Facts.
the water department for over a decade.
Correct.
Without a gun. We the ones need security.
You ain't lying.
The residents of Flint need security. That's with that, right? And we gotta get behind Miss Beverly Biggs Levy, man. Like Mari say. What we doing, man?
Right.
This shit right here is so important, man. It's important. It's important,
Very
man.
important.
It's real important, man. You know what I'm saying? They excuse my language, they fucking us over right in our faces, like, you know what I mean? They so down lawless, they make shit up as they go.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The residents, man, 11 years, man, today, to this date, 11 years, water crisis. 11 years water crisis, let that sink in.
Better not drink that water.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, right. It ain't got to sink in. We living it, man.
Right.
So I'm in the first world right now. Looking at this brown water, man. Right now. In real time. Not last week. Not last year, right now. You know what I mean? And, man, we doing, man. We got to come together, man.
That's right.
And do what we need to do. I don't know, man. I'm lost for words, man, but I just want the world to know, man, we living this shit for real, man. This ain't no sitcom. This ain't no.
No.
You know what I mean? This ain't none of that, man. It ain't nothing to glorify or condone.
Right.
It ain't. You know what I'm saying? This shit real, man.
Right.
And A10 Media, y'all been covering the city of Lead, man. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And like Maury say, put that in, man. Somebody put that in. Get y'all some motherfucking money, man. Why not?
Why not?
You know what I'm saying? Everybody else go get that money, man.
Yep.
But I hope they give it to y'all, man.
They will.
Cause y'all really the only true media, man. Channel 12 bought, Channel 5, all the motherfuckers bought, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They put out what they want to put out. Y'all put out what we need to get.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna keep it 100, you know? Shit, just keep doing, man. Hey, look, keep y'all foot on their neck and make them hate y'all some more.
That's right.
That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all ain't in this to make friends, but y'all don't want to create enemies neither. But hey, it is what it is. Shit. But y'all just keep doing what y'all doing. Hey, King, man.
Hey.
Put shit, man. I don't know, King, man. man, I wish you was running for that seat, man. I really do, man.
We gotta get Miss Biggs in there first.
There you go. We gotta crawl for.
It's over with if she don't get in there.
Yeah, you're right. So, and man, y'all keep doing what y'all doing, man. And y'all, if the world listening, please just pray for the residents of Flint, Michigan, man. 11 years of water crisis. 11 years of water crisis, man. It's y'all boy, John Snow. I'm out of here, man. Peace to y'all, man. Peace and love.
Have a good one.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up? This is Deldrin from Louisiana.
Hey,
Yeah.
Deldrin.
Y'all might laugh at this, but I'm dead serious when I say this. I'm a little story. So, we sitting back, might have been about Monday, maybe it was Easter. My cousins and some of my homeboys sitting on the porch, and we see we see one white person go by. Okay, no problem. Not trying to be racist or anything like that. But usually in our neighborhood, we never see white people. I'm talking about at all, unless they the police. So as time go by, you got 4 more people coming, 4 more white people to pass by. So we got, then all of a sudden I see a white person with a dog. I'm like, oh hell no! When it's snowing. So when I said that, my cousin was like, man, you ain't never heard of gentrification? Mm-hmm. My cousin don't know nothing about that, so I'm confused on how they knew that. But I'm like, damn, I never thought about it. Y'all talk about it a lot in Flint.
Yeah.
My question is there anything that we can do to stop it? Because we don't see their neighborhoods and things like that being, gentrified. It's ours seem like.
Right.
So, and once we lose our neighborhoods, like in places like Louisiana, man, we don't have nothing. We can't go in their neighborhood. They're going to killing us.
That's
right.
And hanging us and shit. Like, literally. So, what can we do to stop it? Because, like I said, it's not just happening in Flint. It's actually happening down here. And this will be my last point.
Absolutely.
It's so bad down here. Not only can we not move in their neighborhoods, but their neighborhoods are so far away from us. Like, there's train tracks that divide our city up. Our city is so bad when it comes down to stuff like that, that in 2025, once again, our school board is just getting over a desegregation case that's been going on for the last 50 years.
Damn.
So that's my question. How can we stop it from happening to our neighborhood? Because we don't see, like I said, us moving into theirs. And not only that, this will be my last one. I know I said the last one was, but not only can we not move in the neighborhood, but they have made it so expensive so that we can't move in the neighborhood. Their houses in their neighborhood goes from $500,000 to $1 million. Compared to ours, paying 60 something, sometimes 25. So that was my question. Y'all be safe and y'all enjoy, the rest of your day.
Thank
Likewise.
you, Deldrin.
You take it easy, little bro.
Hell, we can't even afford it in our neighborhoods, the new houses they're building. How can we stop gentrification?
You can't stop something you don't know exists. Gentrification is the first sign of gentrification. Whoever looking and listening, the first sign of gentrification is removal of blight and demolition. The removal of blight and demolition is a key word, another word for gentrification. No rehab. Demolition means removal, nothing to come back. Demolition means if this is your house, it's gone. Mm-hmm. Blight, I couldn't afford it, so they clean it up after you're gone. Mm-hmm. And that's gentrification. No help to the poor folks. Sooner or later, our backs in Flint now are so far back against the wall, well, you know it or not. Mayor, we need help. All of us need help. Let's call a truce. Y'all go to HR and put in...
One second.
Oh, go ahead. But take your time. Figure out your business figures. Go to HR and put in the application. Let me know what happened. That's all I got to tell you. Let me know what happened. You're going to see something.
Thanks for calling in. We need a revolution.
We sure do.
Assalamu
We
alaikum.
need wa alaikum salam. Peace to everyone.
Sister
We need
Taliba
to
in the building.
need to stump these devils and these deviants out of Flint.
Yes.
They on council. They in part of Flint administration.
Yes.
They some of these outsiders that
Yes.
these council people didn't align themselves with. It's some fake activists in the community. We need to stomp they raggedy selves out of here. But I actually called because I have a question in regards to Miss Beverly Biggs leaving. And I don't know if you guys have the answer, but I'm curious to know what are the plans to help her campaign for the next 2 weeks or so. Do you guys know if they are planning anything like any rallies or like on the actual day of May 6th? Are we allowed to be in the parking lots rallying? You know, what came to me the other day was how they did it back in the 80s and 90s. Remember when they used to have like the vehicles with the signs on outside the car, and people, they had the loudspeaker or the bullhorns. That's what I was thinking. Right around Third Ward, but the old Third Ward, new Third Ward, I don't know. I get confused about that, but you know, I would like to participate in those type of activities. Because my concern is, and it was my concern for the 7th Ward when Miss Jammarie allegedly lost that, as well as the 1st Ward when Miss Rose allegedly lost the primaries, because I do believe she won the primaries. My main concern is the people that are counting the votes. So I'm looking at Neely's administration. I think, because I do think those votes, those two examples, they were tampered with, in my opinion. And I don't trust who's actually counting the votes. So how do you beat that? How do you overcome that?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Okay. Thank you, Sister Taliba.
All right. Thank y'all. I love y'all.
Are you
Love
having
you too.
peace with sis?
Walaikum salam. That's a good question, because how can you ensure that they count those votes right?
It's only one way. That's when Miss Biggs go around with the sheet that you sign. She make copies. And then you got the numbers of the address and phone numbers. If you don't, I got your address. And then if it seemed funny the night of the election, I'm coming back around with the same crew, and I'm knock doors to see did you vote, especially because it's open information. After who voted for where? Give me the list. Now I'm going back around and see where they said they voted, and I know, wait a minute, you signed for me. Or you're going to be able to determine, but it's going to take some strategic, forensic auditing of what you done.
And when she has people down there that night, she needs to have somebody down there watching the votes. But not just any Tom, Dick, and Harry down there.
Right, but see, the problem is this. The way it goes, Jackie Poplar tried that on me. That dark money Mays always talk about is when they mail quietly. Okay. They didn't come over 1420, they didn't come over the airways, but they direct mail right into the house. Whoever helping Miss Biggs, they should have did direct mail and hand-to-hand contact to the house. But then, more importantly, one way you can't read when I talk you a conversation. Whether you live in the ward or not, this is vitally important for the whole of City of Flint right now, that this lady get in that chair.
You know, and Maurice, I always had a question. How, when the absentee ballots are sent back to City Hall, how can we ensure that because my mother and father, they absentee in their 80s. They're not going to go online and track they ballot. How can we really ensure that the votes are being counted?
If you don't engage, it's no workaround. That's why when Trump said it's got to be too big to rig, where they can't play that game. Because you here go the devious part. Only one person could sign on a petition. That don't mean I don't sign all three of y'all.
That's true.
And now we got a problem, Captain. Now it goes to who signed first.
Right.
So if Duma's going out for the same signatures and that other lady going out, and Miss Biggs, she might be the first, second, or third. So you don't know until you really strategically, and that's where it could get real iffy if you ain't got a strategic audit going, where I know, okay, this here is one of them high contested elections. I got to have an A game. Miss Biggs is so popular. Don't let nobody deceive you because you don't live in that ward. You just want to engage people in that ward.
Right.
And say, ma'am, look, this is vitally important for us to sustain ourselves. We're going to be gentrified out of here like that guy just said. This really going to happen. And Miss Biggs helped everybody else get recalled. You got to get off your behind and go in there and help her to make sure she get that seat.
Yeah.
Ain't no way around it. I got to get off my behind, give it 2 hours, 3 hours, and knock doors with her. And just make sure we get her in there.
That's true.
And that way it make the clerk office scared to play with them because now we're going by the dates. You can't go because of, well, this here wasn't signed. No. You want to compare dates. You got every vote do count. Mm-hmm. And that's the only way.
I agree.
So Mr. Lieber, absolutely right. That's a big deal right there. We need that lady to win.
We sure do.
I need her to win. So if I run, okay, we got an ally. That don't mean you're a yes person. That don't mean I'm a yes person.
Right.
But I'm a common sense person for the resident.
Right.
I care if you lose your house. You don't know. No, it's dirt, man. These folks ain't got a clue. They just want to hustle.
Right.
This is so serious, y'all.
And the thing about it, people like, oh, when you go get in there, I know you going to put Liddell out. No, she said, I'm trying to help my residents. That's the first thing I want to do when I get in there is help the people. I want to help the people. She's not being placed or getting in there or picking sides, doing no dirty deeds.
She got a heart for the
nobody.
poor. How do you know? She's one of them. You have to be one of them. If I'm a crackhead, I'm gonna talk about crackheads if I ain't never smoked crack.
Right.
I'm a big fake. I ain't never been to penitentiary, but I'm gonna tell you how hard it is living in the penitentiary.
Right.
No, somebody that's been there know all of the intricacies of it.
Right.
And it's the same thing. Living in the hood, you get to see these kids walking around without a coat in the winter, and you wish you could help them.
Right. Walking down a dark street to the bus stop.
They ain't ate all day, and they gotta go to school to get something to eat.
Right. And the
Man,
groundhogs
come on
looking
now.
at them like
it's
they
feel
lunch.
different when you see this stuff.
And the lights and the street lights don't work. That's what I'm saying.
But we didn't pay for street lights. How many times Jerry said this is the second time coming around? They want to give more money to redo the street lights. And hell, half the streets ain't got
Just
no
like
damn
behind
lights.
the scenes with this podcast, they don't see all these wires and stuff you have to run, and half the stuff ain't work. You got to update this. You got to do this. It's a lot of work, and you covering for free. I'm for real. Y'all put in the application and call people to the carpet. It's the same thing. A come up is when everybody come up. But these jealous demons and spirits, like you were speaking, they got to go. Them demonic spirits. This is spiritual warfare.
I want them gone.
We own to something. God only works through people. He don't come in and magically do it. No. You got to get off your behind and do something.
Sure do.
And that's what we have. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all.
Me too.
But we got to get Miss Biggs in that seat.
In the seat.
And then we'll go to plan B. And that's another thing. Be germane to the subject matter. Right now, we got to be germane to getting her across that line. And get y'all actually as the media. Because that wouldn't be right to see somebody else come in and did day one they counseling y'all there every week.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. Making X amount of however much of thousands of dollars they get. And that could have been y'all.
Yeah.
I cry about it when I think about it.
Sure do. But
I
I really
time.
do want you
Everybody already know y'all done the work.
And we got to get Miss Beverly.
Faithfully. That's correct.
We got to get out there and we got to get behind Miss Beverly Biggs. She has been out there every day. Every day.
And man, Neely need to know Miss Biggs ain't going against to hurt the city.
Nope.
You the mayor. I told when Weaver lost. Man, you the mayor. I got to help you now.
I remember when you said that.
And I will tell him now. But to help, we got to bring everybody up. I just don't want to leave a demographic out.
And people got mad at you because you supposed to stay mad.
Yep.
You wasn't supposed to help.
And they got mad at me to this day, Weaver them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, to this day.
Yeah.
And still run. Don't understand. Don't be scared of me because my yes is yes, my nay is nay. That's who I am. When I'm for you, I'm not fair weather.
See?
Absolutely.
That's why I could talk to Mayor Neely and come in here and not bash him, and because I'm grown. Grown folks do grown folk stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not a kid. I'm a grown man in a community that everybody I see finna lose.
That's it.
Councilman Davis, I've been telling them that they be trying to
Everybody finna lose.
trying to tell you trying to deal with me like I'm a prince and they know I'm a king.
Yeah.
Keep telling them because they dealing with us like peasants here. That's what they doing. That's why you can get all this going on.
Y'all blessed. This community is blessed because we still here. Ain't over till you quit or leave here.
Facts.
That's true. Very true.
And it's people that could be blessed. As you can see, I feel more. Flint ain't hitting on shit compared to that man that I heard him when he talked down south. He's saying how they have no hope.
He said, "You go over there if you want to. They gonna run you out, or you gonna get hung."
And he down south,
right?
Right.
And I done been down. I traveled down. That's why you see me. Ain't nothing down there. When we play, man, they got it gorgeous when they do little concerts up here at the Fox and all these different places, the Dow event and yada yada. You go down there, man. You on people porches paying to get in the house, and you paying to get in there like a club with the rope thing. Man, come on.
Right.
People don't have it.
Oh, today, 5:30 at Oak Business Center. It's the Ethics and Accountability Board meeting. Yep.
NFL draft today. I'm telling you where I'm gonna be at. I'm watching it right from Miracle City. And tomorrow, depending on what the Lions pick might be, I might come in here just mad. I'm gonna tell you.
Wear my Lions shirt.
So
I gotta go to the restroom.
if the Lions,
see y'all later.
Go ahead. If the Lions mess this up, family, we're gonna see y'all tomorrow. So it might be a bad day depending on what pick the Lions pick. I might come in here and just say F the show. Peace, family.